backtrack. And you should have kept your name out your mouth. As we go, how it all turned out. When you try to use my name for clout, keep on going, give me something you could talk about.
Oh yeah. High stakes in the courtroom, light shining bright, paparazzi flashing. His face lost in the fight. He played the bad boy, living life on the lam. Now he's trapped in the spotlight. Can he take the stand? Did he do it? Did he do it? The world's on the edge like a fuse lit. Did he do it? Did he do it? Choose a runaway train and when we're glued to it. The surprise witness steps up, face cool as stone.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, trafficking, interstate transportation for prosecution.
Hero of the hour, unraveling his guise. The bad boy's kingdom crumbles right before our eyes. Did he do it? Did he do it?
And he often electronically recorded them.
Questions burn, we pursue it. Did he do it? Did he do it? This drama's real, there's no undoing.
The freak-off sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
Revelations raining down, it's getting late. The clock ticks loud and the room holds its breath. Is a verdict justice?
Okay, girl, I guess that means that's the Lord saying that was enough of that song. I like the song too. I had very little to do, girl. Oh my God, I had very little to do with writing it. Hello, everybody. Oh, okay, hold on.
Did he do it? Did he do it? The tension's tight like a noose knit. Did he do it? Did he do it? The scales tip heavy under truth grit. Balls on the edge like a fuse, yeah. Did he do it? Do it? The scales tip heavy under truth grit.
Okay, that was the song. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with my hair. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, good morning. Wow, I already have so much stuff to tell y'all about. Yes, the song is so funny. The song is so good. I did not write the song. Did not write the song. I did not perform the song. I'm not sing the song. It's an AI song, but I thought it was funny. Just to let y'all know, my internet is not doing it the best. My computer has done some crazy things this morning. Just to let y'all know. The judge fit for some reason. I don't know, girl. I don't know. It did not come because my credit card got declined for insufficient funds, which was not even the case in any way. Like, how does a credit card have insufficient funds? The judge outfit, long story short, is on the way. But AI wrote that song and sang that song, y'all. It did. It wrote the song and sang the song. I mean, I put the little video over it or whatever. But this actual song, AI, released by Bad Boy Records, Bob Davis said. Okay, so let's head on over. The time right now is 9:08 a.m. Let's head on over to Inner City Press's Twitter, because he is in the courtroom. Ooh, let me close my. Maybe that's what was messing it up. I had my own thing up. Okay, so let me pull that up right now. Um, it's happening. The day has arrived. The day has arrived. Now, if you haven't been watching from my last week's coverage, like there was jury selection. Jury selection is actually not even fully finished. So that's supposedly going on right now. I had my reservations over whether or not that was actually going to be actually going on right now. Judge Subramanian doesn't seem to typically start necessarily on a time. Thank you so much, Maple. Thank you so much, Maple. I'm your favorite YouTuber. That makes me happy. Thank you. And thank you for the 19.99 super chat. We're starting off strong here. Thank you, Holly, for the 2.99. All right, so we do have Inner City Press, excuse me, Twitter up right here. I have so much energy, y'all. I mean, maybe it's the 42.5-ounce smoothie, but I'm excited. I've been waiting for this day my whole year, pretty much. I mean, I pretty much started planning to go live every single day like in September. I'm doing it because I haven't really ever followed a trial like this. Live and on YouTube or whatever. I did cover Britney Spears' conservatorship case, and that's what some of this footage outside the courthouse is reminding me of. I'm having like war flat. No, I don't think it's 42. It might be 32, maybe 32. Okay. So I do have a judge outfit coming. It just did not come in yet. Okay, so here is Inner City Press. He has started tweeting. It's just one tweet. So as I expected, it doesn't seem to have started on time. He says, Diddy D-Day in the United States versus Sean Combs for this morning's final jury selection and opening arguments. Here's the scene in front of the Southern District of New York courthouse. Agnifilo et al., which means I think Diddy's lawyers, are already in. He says, vlog incoming, then live tweeted thread. If you were just here joining for the first time, probably not that many joining for the first time, but if you are, this is where we do read. There is no camera, no recording activity allowed in the federal courthouses, the courtrooms, rather. I think even the courthouses, but a lot of people are there. The line, I tried to put in my little music video, my little spoof music video earlier. The line is out the door around the building and, to grandmother's house it goes. Infamous Sylvia is also there. Mims, Make It Make Sense, is there. Jaguar Wright is there. Lil Rod Jones is there. Mace was saying he might be there. So at this rate, no telling who's going to be there. I would be extremely surprised if Cassie wasn't there. Now, does that mean she's there right now? Maybe not. But that is all I really had for that right there, because let's see. Okay. We got some not tweets on the thread, but but it does look like Inner City Press is tweeting. He tweeted a couple minutes ago. So what did he say? Okay, so someone asked him, does this judge appear to stay true to the time schedule or just relax to it? Thanks again for tweeting this trial for us. He says, well, Agnifilo predicted if the peremptory challenge process began at 8:30 in the morning, which was 42 minutes ago, it would be over in 10 or 15 minutes. That has not been the case. Okay, so my prediction came true. Seems Judge Subramanian is waiting until it is all set before he comes in and puts it on the record. Like I predicted last week, like I'm predicting today, like I predicted earlier, seems like I was right. Nothing's happened yet. So allegedly, supposedly, the jury peremptory strike process, meaning like the final part of the jury selection was supposed to happen starting 13 minutes ago. Really, it was originally supposed to happen last Wednesday. But then it got pushed back to Friday, and then it got pushed back again to this morning. Now, if a lawyer ever tells you something is going to take 15 minutes, it's not. That's just not true. If a judge ever tells you that they're going to start something at a certain time, it's usually not true. Okay. So I don't make the rules. I'm just observing them. So as we are getting this reporting from inside the courtroom, nothing really seems to have happened as of 5 minutes ago. Let's see if he's tweeted anything else. Now, I do want to meander over to infamous Sylvia's Twitter. The judge has still not entered the courtroom as of 6 minutes ago, which would have been 8:58 a.m. Again, everybody was supposed to be there at 8:30. Remember, the judge was like, yeah, maybe we can do it then. The government strongly opposed. The feds strongly opposed. And I am quoting, strongly opposed doing this jury selection thing today, because I think that they anticipated this. I mean, listen, I'm not like a particularly sympathetic to the feds type of person. If you watch this channel, you already know that. But I also do try to go straight down the middle, because if something can happen to somebody we don't like, somebody we think is already guilty, etc., then that's a precedent that could happen to you. So I don't want to necessarily have all this stuff held against me. If I didn't do it, etc. So the feds were saying last week, Friday, Your Honor, I've had a trial like this before. I've done this before. We had to end up taking and blocking off the whole entire morning because of the jury selection. Please, for the love of God, let us select our jury today. This was Friday. The judge did not allow that to happen. He said, Mark Agnifilo said it'll only take 10 or 15 minutes. And I was squawking the whole time telling y'all that's not going to happen. There's no way. There's absolutely no freaking way. To court, they're able to choose the jury, they're able to do all their peremptory strikes, and everything's supposed to be getting started at 9:30. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Come to find out, I was right. Who's surprised? Okay. 36 minutes ago, Sean Combs still has not been brought into the courtroom. The lawyers are milling around. This is 36 minutes ago. So he has Okay, we have a few tweets. Okay, this is good. I told you my internet's acting kind of weird. Hopefully it speeds up soon. Sean Combs still has not been brought in. This was 30 minutes ago. This is about 8:45. So again, this was like 15 minutes after the jury was already supposed to be there. And we're going to be doing this all day, y'all. So don't feel like, oh God, we're going to be behind. Like really, I could start this live stream at like 12 noon and we could still finish and still would be refreshing and waiting for tweets to come in. Okay. So don't worry about, oh, there's another tweet. Like y'all can either read ahead or just know that this is going to be a very long process. It's going to last a long time. We're going to be doing this every day for months. Okay. So I'm just as excited as the next person though. Okay. So Brian Steele came up to the assistant U.S. attorney this morning to shake her hand. Agnifilo and Alexandra Shapiro are talking to each other. These are two of Diddy's lawyers. First step, peremptory challenges to 45 prospective jurors. Now, I think it's not 45 anymore. I think just even as of Friday, it was 43 because they had gotten rid of 2 jurors. One juror had not been completely, we'll say, forthcoming and or accurate in answering the questionnaire. They said that they had not been involved in any legal disputes or anything like that, but actually come to find out they were, and they were in a legal dispute with the state or the city or something. That person, they got rid of them. There's another person who called in or emailed in to the jury department and was like, actually, for my personal safety, I don't want to be on the jury. So that was kind of strange. So that would have reduced it by 2, I think. Okay, 8:53, there's about 20 something minutes ago. Diddy is now in the courtroom wearing again a sweater instead of last week's dark blue. He turns and blows a kiss to family members in the second row. He loves kiss blowing. Okay, so last week he was wearing a dark navy blue sweater with a collared shirt thing underneath it. Now today he is wearing a similar outfit, but it's a light blue sweater. Okay, 8:56 a.m. This again was about 18 minutes ago. The clerk says to both parties, are the parties ready? Everybody says yes. Clerk says to Diddy, were you able to get some water? We've made arrangements for that. Our wheel made? I don't know. It said we made or we gonna make? I don't know. It says wheel made. The judge at that point, this is 18 minutes ago, still had not gone into the courtroom. 9:03, 15 minutes ago, Agnifilo and Mark Garagos' daughter, who's one of Diddy's lawyers, Teeny Garagos, they're poring over papers, presumably for peremptory challenges to prospective jurors. Diddy wearing reading glasses. Y'all, he gets older every time he's in the courtroom. I said it last time, he's going to come in bald-headed in a wheelchair one of these days. Wearing reading glasses. He's also looking down at some papers. 3 of the 6 prosecutors looking at or typing on their cell phone. So there's 6 prosecutors. I think there's 8, 9, or 10 defense lawyers for Diddy. And you got to remember, whenever you have a defense lawyer, it's not just that lawyer. He has like several firms. So he basically has many hundreds, most likely, of lawyers, if you count it that way. But just there with him, I think there's like 7, there's like 8 or 10. And then the feds, they have 6. 3 of them's looking at their phone. They probably trying to see if ThatSurpriseWitness went live yet or something. Okay, so that is the most recent of the tweets. We will keep. No, the Diddy song, I don't know if it's online like that. I mean, I did have the AI make it, but it's not by me. It I just told the AI to make a song. It's like a song making AI app. Let me see. Need a bigger smoothie. I know, seriously. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Auntie Penelope, for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you for your hard work. Farmers, the song had me. Thank you. The song had me. She said, my internet has been messed up since yesterday. Let's go, girl. And thank you to Inner City Press, too. I will get to him after. Yes, y'all go support him if you can. Thank you so much for that $9.99 super chat. Alec, thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh my God, imagine tailgating outside the courthouse during the trial. I mean, that's basically what it kind of looks like. Thank you again for that $10 super chat. Just reading y'all's comments. Definitely don't want to wait till noon for BJ. I mean, seriously, that's what I was really be respectful, please, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I did want to talk about some of the things I found interesting this morning. So the line to get into this, this is a hot commodity, okay, of a hearing. The line to get into this courtroom started last night, and it started around midnight to 1 o'clock. So they got people, infamous Sylvia being one of them, that have been standing and or sitting in line since last night. People got there at all hours of the morning. Again, I have done this. I'm having war flashbacks from whenever I used to do it for the Britney hearings. Although it wasn't like every single day for 2 months. It would be like one hearing and then months would go by. But I did get there before about 3:30 in the morning. And then I got accosted and harassed by Chloe Malos's bodyguard, who was pretending like he was video recording me for his live stream. And so then I started actually video recording him for my live stream. And now there's evidence of that out there somewhere. Oh my God, more super chats. Thanks so much. Thank you, Mary, for the $4.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Blue, for the $5 super chat. Good morning. Thank you for all your hard work. Hope you're getting some rest too. Oh, I'm rested. I was awake this morning, y'all. 4:30, I was up doing my Hanuman Chalisa and my breathing and getting everything together, making my little video. Mims is there. That's awesome. I don't know who Armand. I don't know who that is. Pocahontas said it was freezing last night. So let me show y'all that. Let me just show y'all that because I found that. Look at that right there. Infamous Sylvia. She tweeted this at 12:40 a.m. You don't take my word for it. Look at the time on the tweet. 12:40 a.m. She says, the line for Diddy trial has already started at 12 a.m. I met a bunch of line sitters. And if you don't know what a line sitter is, a lot of people do not know. I think there's only a few types of people that knows what a line sitter is for the most part. Very, very rich people. Very, very not rich people, and aka poor people, which is, pretty much what I've been my whole life. And then people, incidentally, who are hustling, hustlers, I would say, people who used to buy the in-demand video games, stand in the line, buy the Wii, buy the whatever, PlayStation, whatever, and then sell it. Okay, those are the kind of people that know what this is. But this is a custom service where it started out with rich people doing it. We just could pay somebody to hold their spot in line. Skip any line. Professional line sitters, same old line dudes, LLC. This is a business. So who knows who is going to end up in this courtroom because they got the line sitters out here. Okay. So this is infamous Sylvia. She is there. Night before opening arguments for Diddy trial. This is wild. I am back New York. Okay. Look, she shared our stuff the other day. Okay, let's see if Inner City Press is saying anything else. Now, right now, let's see, he does have a little vlog. We'll watch that too. But right now, it is 9:25 a.m. local time. It is the time that it is. I'm on the same time zone as the New York, Manhattan, whatever, all of New York. I'm on the same time zone as them, and it's 9:25 right now. So supposedly they were supposed to be able to get in. Jurors were supposed to all be there, all 40 whatever of them, at 8:30. They were supposed to be able to skip that long line we just looked at. They were supposed to start doing peremptory challenges exactly at 9 o'clock, and then they were going to have them doing opening statements starting at 9:30. So I knew that was not ever going to happen. Okay. Just so we're clear, I knew that was not going to happen. But who knows? Anything's possible. And so technically we're supposed to be starting opening statements in 5 minutes, but the jury's not even picked yet, y'all. So in true Judge Subramanian fashion, they are running late. Okay. So let's watch the vlog Inner City Press did. This was from 1 hour ago.
Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. Today, Monday, May 12th, 2025. Well, they said it would never come, but here it is. Today, the opening day, for real, of the U.S. versus Sean Combs trial. Jury selection was last week, and it was supposed to have, they were actually supposed to make the picks on Wednesday. Then it got pushed to Friday, which we also covered. And they did discuss videos and witnesses, but they did not pick the jury. Somehow, it was decided to do it this morning before opening argument. So it's supposed to be at 8:30. This is being shot right around 8 a.m. And we'll just have to see. We'll begin with Diddy and we'll end with Diddy over by the courthouse. Just 2 minutes from now, more or less. In any event, it should be. The trial begins after all the hoopla, after all the back and forth, after a request for delay, after a team of, I believe, 9 lawyers has been assembled for Sean Combs. And of course, there's the lineup, the so-called 6-pack of white women, as described by Mark Garagos, who's not one of the listed members of the team, but was in the courtroom during jury selection. He's now, I believe, out in California on the Menendez brothers, so it appears. But he was there. After all of this, it began. So we'll get back to that. But there are, of course, other cases, I'm glad to say. One has to do with Robert Menendez, Bob Menendez, Senator Goldberg Bob Menendez.
There's kids running around. Okay. I have not been following the Menendez case. So I just don't know what is going on over there. Hello. Hi. If you are just joining. Okay. 1 minute ago. Okay. We got another tweet. Breaking our first tweet in 20 minutes, 9:26 a.m. 1 minute ago. Combs lawyer Agnifilo and prosecutor Maureen Comey are the ones in with Judge Subramanian, presumably doing the peremptory strikes to the jury pool. In New York State Court, this is all done in public, in the courtroom, on the record. Wait for announcement of jurors. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't know this. I was anticipating this would be public. I was anticipating it would be done in front of the public, just like this. This is the very last stage of jury selection. If you're just joining, I'm sorry if you're not just joining. There's not like that much more other stuff to talk about if it sounds a little redundant, but if you are just joining, jury isn't selected yet, okay? And they're supposed to be starting opening statements. I mean, technically last week we all thought that opening statements would have already been well underway. Okay, so because court was supposed to start at 9:00, and then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're here today to talk about coercion, whatever, we're supposed to hear that 30 minutes ago. That was the original plan. Now we are being told about 2 minutes ago that Mark Agnifilo, and Maureen Comey, who appears to be the lead prosecutor on the case, other than, the actual district attorney, they're in the chambers. They're in the judge's chambers. They're in the back with the judge. Now, Inner City Press, Matthew Russell Lee has offered up I don't know, it seems like maybe like a speculation saying, that a presumption, presumably Maureen Comey and Mark Agnifilo are back there with the judge finishing up the jury pool selection, or the jury selection. Inner City Press does say in New York State Court, this is all done in public, in the courtroom, on the record. But for some reason, Mark Agnifilo and Maureen Comey are in the back with the judge. Now, maybe they're going to come back up. Maybe they're going to come back up and do the jury selection stuff out in the public. Maybe they're talking about something else in the private. I am looking up. I'm looking up Mims. I want to just see what's going on. Okay, he was live this morning. I guess I can show y'all a little of that because we're just kind of waiting. That's him right there. Look at him. He was live.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's Armand now. I think Armand is trying.
I don't know if everybody is going to be able to get in. This is the front of the courtroom. Let's go back to Inner City Press's Twitter. Girl, why don't this stop? My internet is acting crazy, y'all. I hope I don't get kicked off. Okay. Where's my... Okay, there we go. Okay. So I guess we're still just waiting for the announcement of jurors. Getting off to a little bit of a slow start. Probably, yeah, this is live. Probably not every single day I'm going to get here at 9:00 because of this reason, what you're seeing right now. I mean, they just literally can never be on time. I'm a Virgo, okay? One thing I cannot absolutely not freaking stand is to be waiting on somebody when it's their job to be there at some time. Okay. Like a judge, like I will lose respect for a judge. I will. If they're continuously late, it's very disrespectful. You work for the people. I just, I get myself all worked up every morning like this, So probably not be going live exactly at 9 because I like to have a little bit of slack to refresh. I see y'all mentioning some other YouTubers. I'm not going to say any names. I'm really not trying to start any drama, but like if somebody continuously, repeatedly says stuff that's factually inaccurate and can factually be proven to be just not the case, they're either a liar or they're stupid. Okay. And I'm not trying to put liars or stupid people up as if they're giving factual information. No offense. I have a lot of stupid friends. Okay. No offense at all whatsoever, but I would not probably put out stupid people or liars information to y'all because then that makes me look stupid. It makes me look like a liar. Okay. So I'm not going to be sharing just any and everybody that's up there riffraffing around the courthouse. Okay. But good for them. I'm so glad they did that. Let's see if there's any more tweets. Both sides. Okay, here we go. Vroom, vroom. Oh, I blocked this person. Who is it? Oh. No telling why. Probably because they were a plant or something. Both sides cited to the Ghislaine Maxwell criminal trial here for precedent to try to keep things confidential. We'll see if they live up to those standards. I'll try to compare, having covered U.S. versus Maxwell. Interesting. We're just poking around Inner City Press's Twitter. He is the one who is inside the courthouse. He is the one who I follow. He is the one. The most recent tweet is the one saying that Mark Agnifilo and Maureen, I know, seriously, Mimi. Like, I'll be like a little 2 minutes late here and there, but like nobody's like trial is dependent on me. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is an opinion channel. I wonder why some of the people were allowed to leave the, I don't know, or I do not know. Are they going to seal documents? Some documents are sealed. And the government has said that they are going to play these freak off tapes, but they do not want the public ever to see those. I stumbled upon your channel and I really have enjoyed your coverage of Diddy trial. Thank you so much, Be More Candy. And thank you for the $5 super chat as well. And for the kind words. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Gotta change that like number. Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's just like kind of concerning to me that we don't have a jury yet. That it's like opening statements were supposed to start 30 minutes ago. Presumably somebody's opening statement should be finished already. But we are just, like I said, we're going to be here all day, every day for 2 months or whatever. So let's just, let's practice our patience or whatever. Here's the outside courtroom cam. I don't know. Oh, is this like actual news? Like, are they talking on here? Oh, who's this coming out of the police car? Or is it parked? Yeah, somebody's like, they can't film inside like Young Thug's case. Nope. What is a stakeout cam? That's what I want to know. Oh, wait. Okay, well, this is all what's going on here. We got CNBC here. Everybody's live. It's all the same crap, though. It's just like cameras pointing at these doors. All right. Oh, wait, I already thought I followed her already. What the heck? Okay, so she must gonna be tweeting like after. All right. Here's Inner City Press. They said that the peremptory challenges are gonna take allegedly 30 seconds ago, and we're off. Woo! All right, here we go. Here we go. They are going to do the peremptory challenges. They are going to do the peremptory challenges in front of us, and they are flying. They are flying 9:34 a.m. This was 3 minutes ago as the time of that I'm reading this tweet. Thankfully, he started to put the times up at the top. Maybe he does this for trial. This is the only new tweet we have, though. And we're off. Judge Subramanian comes in. All rise. Good morning. We are here for peremptory challenges. Assistant U.S. Attorney, we strike juror 51. Agnifilo said, we strike 52 and 106. Here comes the feds. We strike 216. Here comes Agnifilo. We strike 157 and 112. Oh my gosh, y'all. So juror 51, 52, 106, 216, 157, 112. Out, gone. Then here comes the feds back to the plate. Okay, fine. We strike 118. And here comes Agnifilo. We strike 127 and 131. So they're just strike. What we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 gone. One tweet and 9 people are gone out of the pool. Goodbye. So that'll put us back. Okay, so he did not say it yet, He may say it. I don't know if they're going to say it. If they do, I don't know if he's going to say it. But there were about 40 to 45 people left as of Friday. There was 45, but then 2 didn't show up. So I think there were 43. Both sides were very worried. Both sides were very worried that they were not going, oh, why isn't my thing up? Both sides were very worried that they were going to not have enough jurors, that people were just not going to show up if they picked, not both sides. Originally, the government was, then they got over it. And because originally the government was, and they got over it. By Friday, they were like, let's get this done. But on Wednesday, both sides, Diddy's side and the government, were like, Your Honor, we need to finish getting this. We can't finish getting this jury done today because some people might not show back up. We don't want to waste our strikes. Can we just do this on Friday? The judge really didn't want to. But on Wednesday, the judge said, yeah, you can do it on Friday. Friday, they come back around and the government, the feds are ready to go. They want to do it. But then Diddy's side is like, we should do it on Monday. But then at that point, the judge was like, well, let's do it on Monday. He kind of shifted his stance. And the reason that he did that was because I think he started to also become a little bit afraid there wasn't going to be enough people left in the jury. All that was avoided, though. Seems to be like a lot of people were still here, 51, 52, 106, 216, 157, 112, 118, 127, 131. So boom, 9 gone all the way, out the gate. Let's see if we got any new tweets. Yes, we do. Okay. So this round, see the last round, the feds. So it's rounds. Okay. Got it. So the last round, the feds do 1, Diddy does 2. The feds do 1, Diddy does 2. The feds do 1, Diddy does 2. But now we're on this, the second round. The feds strike 1, Diddy struck 2. The feds struck 1, Diddy struck 2. And Comey, the feds said, okay, so the feds say out loud in court, Diddy was only supposed to strike 1 in this round. And Agnifilo goes, okay, fine. So we only strike 22. And then Comey says, we strike 163. And Agnifilo says, we strike 84. Okay, so I don't know what this 2, like he was only supposed to strike 1 each round this time. I don't know what that's about. Now, I do know that Diddy gets about 10. He gets 10 strikes of this sort where they're like just strike. And these are not the 4 cause. I did spend quite a bit of time last week kind of explaining through this stuff, so I'm not going to really explain too much the jury selection stuff. If you want to go back and watch that, you are most certainly welcome. Those lives are all still up. But yeah, they're striking. Diddy does get more strikes than the government, and that's because he's the one on trial and all that. So they keep going. They keep on going. We have another one, another tweet. This is happening fast. That I will give them. Comey, we strike 220. Agnifilo, we strike 25. Comey says, I believe he was supposed to strike in the alternative. I don't know what that means. Give me 1 second. Agnifilo says, give me a second. And then he goes over there and talks to the new lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland. She came on after Brian Steele. However, she has worked with Brian Steele in the past on a high profile case, the Young Thug case. And not just anybody that did they represent, but they represented actually Young Thug. So Agnifilo goes and talks over there to Nicole Westmoreland, and then they strike juror 218. Then it's the feds again, and they strike 324. Agnifilo strikes 240. Comey strikes 281. Okay, so there's clearly a lot of people showed up today. It wasn't like, oh, only 30 people, only 20 people showed up. Because, remember, they have to still keep 18 people total. They have to keep 12 for the actual jury. But not only the actual jury, they also have to pick 6 alternates, so-called supposed alternates. These are like alternative jurors in case something unfortunately happens to one of the original 12. So they got to have 18. And look at all the ones they done. This was 9, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 people have been struck from the jury pool already. 40 seconds ago. Okay. We are going to get a little race-based argument out the gate. Now, this you have to understand, you have to know, race is playing a huge part in this trial. And it kind of all started with Diddy. Well, not in the way you're probably thinking. I mean, he brought up this argument a while back through Teeny Garagos, who's one of his lawyers, Mark Garagos' daughter, by the way. And Diddy was saying that this law that that's being used against him is never used against white people. It's never been used against a white man in this way. And he's being targeted specifically because he is Black. Then you had his lawyer's daddy, Mark Garagos, go out on his podcast with Harvey Levin, who's the lead propagandist in Hollywood. This is the TMZ founder. Diddy's lawyer's daddy has a podcast with the TMZ founder, and he goes on there and he starts calling the prosecutors a 6-pack of white women. Well, the judge, who's not white, did not like that. And he admonished Mark Garagos and said, don't yap your trap about that again. Okay. That was outrageous. On top of all of that, the judge did deny or dismiss the motion that Diddy was making to strike some of these charges based on the fact that he was saying, he was being targeted because of the color of his skin. And that was the reason. Well, the judge said, you didn't argue very well. You didn't give any receipts. You didn't give any reason for that. So no, all the charges are going to stay. Well, we have it being mentioned here. We have Mark Agnifilo. It's so ironic to me because it's like the people who are saying you shouldn't focus on race, which is Diddy's side, right? They're saying like, you shouldn't be targeting me because I'm Black. I agree. I totally do agree with Diddy also. I don't think anyone should be targeted because of their skin color. I think you should be targeted if you're a criminal, no matter what your skin color, if you did a crime. But the people who are saying, you shouldn't be singled out because of your race. This is Diddy's side. Agnifilo, a white man. He's saying you should not be singled out because of your race. Here he is keeping specific track of how many Black people are on the jury. Look at him. I note that the government has struck 7 Black people out of 9 strikes. The judge says, I'll give you change to raise that, but let's continue. A chance, must be a chance. I'll give you a chance to raise that, but let's continue. He said, let's strike 307. Now, could it be the case that this government is racist? Yep. Yes. Okay. You're not gonna hear me defending them in that way. I'm not gonna be saying, oh no, Diddy's wrong. There's no racism in jury selection. Please, there absolutely definitely is. But it's illegal. It's against the law. You're not supposed to do that. And if it comes down to it, you could get a mistrial. Depending on how rampant it is, the prosecutors could also get in trouble. I mean, things can happen to you. You're not supposed to do that. On top of the fact that the Constitution does allow for you to have a jury of your peers. So, what exactly that means is certainly up for debate and has been debated. Okay, here we go. The judge said, our jurors, here's the jurors. Number 2, 5, 25, 28, 55, 58, 75, 116, 160, 184, 201, 217, 230, 234, 247, 292, 321, and 330. Agnifilo said, Your Honor, the government, the feds, struck 7 Black people, which amounts to a pattern. The judge says an application has been made under Batson. Miss Comey. So the judge looks to the feds and says, What's the deal with you had 9 strikes and 7 of them was black people? Now, I don't know how many of the people total were black. What if all the people were black? What if everybody was black and only 2 white people? Probably not, honestly, but we just simply don't know. So something can look really, really bad, but without further information, we cannot know for sure. Again, I'm totally open to the potential reality they racist and they striking black people. I mean, it's happened before. A prosecutor in the whole prosecutor's office in Philadelphia got in a lot of trouble for this one time. They had this guy come and give like a special seminar on this jury selection. And he basically, it was years ago, decades ago, but still happened. And he came in, maybe not decades, maybe a decade, or I don't exactly remember, but he came through and he was like doing these special seminars on like how to get rid of black people without saying that that's what you're doing. And it's like, that was illegal. That guy got in a lot of trouble. So you can't do that. And if that's what's going on here, shame on them. But I need more information. Mark Agnifilo has, no credibility in my book. Okay. So now the U.S. attorney, the feds, they have to explain themselves. She says, Juror 51 knew 17 of the names, appeared to have seen Making the Band, has a relative with law enforcement issues. Okay, so she's saying it has nothing to do with his race or his color. He knew like not half, but like almost half, like at least 30% of the names on the list. And the names on the list are the people that's going to come up. The topic is going to come up. Maybe they'll come up as a witness. You're not really supposed to have a juror who has so much conflicts of interest with the case. That's, again, y'all, don't take this as if I'm taking the feds or Diddy's side, because I don't know. I'm just kind of explaining both of their arguments from how I understand them. The next strike, he harassed a police officer. He didn't report it. His sister had an issue. This clears the bar. These are good reasons. Okay. We'll see what the judge has to say. That's 2, but they struck 7. That's the most recent tweet. I do want to look up. There was another not periodical, another thing. The Independent. Someone tweeting from inside the courthouse. Not live. Okay, we'll do CNN. There's a few of them. Okay, so we'll just, throughout the day, let's check in with some of these other news people that are reporting this stuff whenever we have some downtime from inner city press. 6 minutes ago, CNN, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Elizabeth Wagmeister, I do recognize. She covered the Britney case as well, and I did some interviews with her for that. Jury selection has resumed in the federal criminal trial of Sean Diddy Combs following a decision by the judge Friday to delay the final steps to seat a jury over concerns that some could get cold feet. Prosecutors have 6. Diddy had 10 until they seat 12, and then they both had 3 strikes for alternates. Okay, so we already knew all of this, so that's not anything new. Let's see. But I do want to keep checking in on that CNN. Live updates, because sometimes, different people. Okay, 1 minute ago, we got another tweet. KB. Okay, Miss KB said the black people knew all the celebrities on that list. That's why. Okay, interesting. We have a new tweet from Inner City Press. He says that the feds, Maureen Comey, juror 81, we think they claim to have special knowledge of bipolar issues. We think. Okay, y'all, breaking news. I think we might get some bipolar defense. I think bipolar disorder or whatever, I don't know what the DSM-5 name. I think it's bipolar disorder. I think we might get some issue with that up at trial, because why would you strike a juror who has special knowledge of bipolar issues unless bipolar is going to come up? Okay, juror 161 I actually do recognize. Okay, wow. Okay, look, listen, I have to say, I have to say this is a fairly strong argument. The assistant U.S. attorney, the U.S. attorney, um, no, she's still an assistant U.S. attorney. Maureen Comey, she says, Juror 161, we struck him because he watched news about the case that morning. He said watching news about the case was inevitable, aka unavoidable. She said he also said he would lose 30% of his income, but he still wants to be on the jury. She said he has an agenda. And I have to say that's a strong argument. There's not much I could do to lose 30% of my income just to go sit on a jury. That being said, some people really take jury duty very seriously as a civic duty, and they think if they get called, they have to answer. So he could be somebody like that. I really don't know. We have 2 more tweets, and it's the feds explaining themselves again. We struck juror 163 for cause. So all these folks must be black. It must be the ones that she is addressing are the people who are black, because Mark Agnifilo specifically has an issue with the striking of 7 black jurors, prospective jurors. So she says we struck 163, I believe, for cause due to English proficiency. Also, he had a relative who a police officer. Among the alternates, we barred a person who went to Diddy's high school. The next one, 324, has sleep apnea. I don't think sleep apnea is a reason not to let somebody out. Okay, that one, they had me till sleep apnea. Nobody with sleep apnea can be a juror. Oh, well, I have some news for you. Please. Okay. The judge bought it though. The judge thought that was fine. You can bar somebody for having sleep apnea, I guess. I did not know that. That's certainly something I want to bring up with my teacher when I talk to him. I have a call scheduled with one of my law school teachers who, like, this is his expertise, the procedure of trials, both criminal and civil. So I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him some questions offline, but also I'm going to try to get him on here. I'm going to try to get him on here too. He's open to it. I'm going to talk to him this week. So the judge said, all right, these are all the reasons that they gave are fine. I sat here and listened to all these answers. I know these are all true about these jurors. So I deny it. Diddy, this is your jury, buddy. Get over it. Mark Agnifilo, you got anything else? He says nothing. Nothing from us. Interesting. Okay, well, perfect. It's 9:56 a.m. and the jury has been selected. Okay. 5 seconds ago, we get another tweet. We'll bring the jury in. We'll bring in the jury in a few minutes. Let me share this link with y'all in the chat. This is where I'm reading from. This is Inner City Press's Twitter, and this link to this tweet has all of his links on it. It's got his PayPal, his Venmo, buy me a coffee, subscriber, X, Substack, Patreon. I mean, he's got all kinds of ways you could support. So I did put that link in the chat so y'all can go and do that. So the judge said they're about to bring the jury in a few minutes. I mean, I'm sure right now at this very second, they're telling the jurors right now who's on, who's not on. Shanna Brown said, defense is going to try to convince everyone that Diddy is a victim of racism. He is not. We woo, we have a jury. Everybody falls asleep when they're bored, J Max said. Sleep apnea is just breathing in your sleep. It doesn't mean you sleep fast. Right. Right. I mean, anyway, thanks so much, Pat Riot, for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Amy Smith Hightower, for the $19.99 super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much for that $19.99. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Kay Lauren, yes, for the $1.99 super sticker, and to Christopher Jones. Thank you, everybody that is sending super chats, etc. Come on, opening statements. Yes. Yeah, no, J-Mac, listen, there's some people, it's no hope for them. You just got to let them be out here and just remember you don't even live in their same dimension. Because, I mean, can you imagine? Okay, wait. Della Creme Media. Oh, excuse me. Della Creme Della? Della Creme Della. Della Creme Della. Oh my God. That is hard to read. Said Spirit Weaver probably already threw tarot cards on the whole trial. Which one was she? Somebody said Diddy is a menace to society. Where is the forest princess? I hope she's in the chat. I hope she's in the chat. Where some reason I don't think anyone is going to be bored enough to fall asleep, Melinda said. So if you're just joining, hi, hello. We finally have a jury. We finally have a jury in the Diddy trial. Breaking. Oh, he already said it. Breaking. Sean Combs' lawyer challenged prosecutor's selection of jurors, saying that 7 out of 9 of their strikes were of Black people. The assistant U.S. attorney Comey proffered reasons, and the judge updated the jury selection. Inner City Press live tweeted below. Openings next. Yep. That's what happened. We all saw it. Okay. Nothing new. Okay, so what I'm assuming is going on right now, if I may, what I'm assuming is going on right now, God, I'm reading y'all's comments, y'all are funny, is they're telling the jury who's going home, who's staying. My nose itches. I'm assuming they're telling the people who's going home, who's staying, getting the jury all set up. Because remember, whenever these jurors got here, it's like 40-something people. When they got here this morning at 8:30 or so, probably before that, nobody knew who was going to be on the jury. They didn't know if they were or not. So like people are just being told right now as we sit here and speak, your time is spoken for from 9 to 5 every day. Like every day for the work week for the next couple months, buddy. So if anybody's nodding off, leave. If you're nodding off, you're not allowed here. This is only for people who are not nodding off. Goodbye. I hope they don't do the OJ thing. I don't think they are. I really don't think this whole trial is going to be about race. I think this whole trial is going to actually end up being about substance use, mental illness, diagnoses, addiction, maybe swingers, coercion, consent. I think that's what the trial will be about. I don't think they are going to be doing too much talking about the race thing. I do think they did, but they have indicated that they're going to let that go. They're not going to be making that argument. Thank you so much, Donna Burke, for the 1999 super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see if there's anything new. Again, like I said, I think they are just kind of like telling the jury right now what is going on. You know, hey, you're in, you're out, you're in, you're out. And then they got to get them all into the jury box. Diddy is in the courtroom. Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs is in the courtroom. 100% is a high number. Yeah, who's this? Yeah, seriously. I like I muted so many of these people because I think they're AstroTurf campaigns. 5 minutes, following the filler. Okay, so as we speak, sitting here right now, 10:02 a.m., the feds and also Diddy are preparing to go up and do, not Diddy, obviously. Can you imagine Diddy standing up there doing an opening statement? Reading some of y'all's questions. Isn't Cassie due on Wednesday? I don't know. Boy Mom X3. I did not look at her medical records, but I have heard that she is due very soon. Is it true that Bad Boy's manager is testifying too? Yes. It does appear that they're going to be allowing 2 people, former employees from Bad Boy, somebody with the last name Cruz. I think it's James Cruz, who's a former, I think maybe president of Bad Boy. And what was the other one, y'all? It was Cruz and Bruce. Somebody with the name of Bruce. Somebody with the name of Bruce. Thank you so much, Boy Mom, too, for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Kat, for the $19.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, so much, so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that $5 super chat. If you're enjoying the coverage, you can leave a super chat, super sticker. You can also donate to the legal fund down below. I am still fighting for my life in court. They do not know how to act. These demons, they never stop. But thank you. Wayne Simpson, thank you for the $2 super chat. Wayne said, race card is out because the most of the victims are Black. I don't know if that's true for sure, but it does appear to be the case. Now, we are going to learn the names of some of these folks. Somebody said not to be dumb, but what are his actual charges? ST racketeering is one of them. Forced labor is one of them. There's 5 counts. I think 2 counts forced labor, transporting someone for the purpose of prostitution is one of them. Innocent until proven guilty, but that's the charges. Okay. Let me see if there's any new tweets. No. Okay. So we are just waiting for the jury to come through and actually sit down. Now, legally, technically, they have been seated because they have chosen the jurors. They've chosen the jurors. Yeah, I don't know what is a white Black dude. I don't know. Somebody with more expertise than me. Somebody want to tell me. Shout out to you, BJ, from my desk at work. Yes, you've been getting me through these long work days. Yes. Shout out to you. Somebody said, Jamaican girl, I'm not surprised Al B is testifying from his last interview. He seemed eager to testify. So he did say he got subpoenaed, but subpoenaed for what? To testify? I'm wondering. Where's Harold said? Where's Ashton Kutcher? I'm wondering. I'm doing this because my nose itches. Like, I think I might be allergic to some fruits. Who said he's testifying? People in the chat, people in the live chat are saying he's testifying. I don't know if he's testifying or not. Thanks so much to Alexandra Linder for the 50 SEK. Appreciate that. Thank you. Where's Tom Cruise? It's Tom Cruise related. I mean, I'm not a fan of him anyway. So somebody get Tom Cruise out here. Somebody put him on the stand immediately. I agree. I don't know what he has to do with this, but yes, get him. A witness disappeared. I don't know if it's true or not, but I have seen Beauty Is Me. Yes, I have seen that. People are saying, streets are saying, TMZ's saying, Daily Mail is saying. I know it's not really powdering. It's just itching. I'm just scratching. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Wayne, for the $2 super chat. Race card. Oh, you said that all right. Thank you again for the $2 super chat. Just making sure I didn't miss any. Yeah. Eighth House Moon Rabbit said Ashton is definitely on my radar because he carried his beep to Congress talking about advocating for victims. Did he not? Yes, he did. And I'm noticing they often do. Let's see if there's anything new here, y'all. We are waiting for opening statements to begin. I would say the actual trial is about to start. Now, it was supposed to already be underway for an hour and 7 minutes. Okay. It was already supposed to be underway for an hour and 7 minutes. But these people were not trying to be on time. They're not trying to be on time. And then, today they still had to finalize the jury. I was a little nervous. They might not even be able to finalize the jury. I think Spirit Weaver might be out. Okay. J Max said she's not missing. I don't know. I'll tell y'all, I really don't know. J Max said witness 3 is not missing. That was a play. Sorry, excuse me. That was a play action. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. YouTube royalty in the chat. Oh my God. Thanks so much for the $19.99 super chat. If y'all want to know literally every single thing that ever happened with Wendy Williams in the last 2 to 3 years, Chronicle Speaks has been relentless in a good way on that story. I mean, they coming out with They coming out with investigation discovery documentaries and stuff now. Convenient. Chronicle Speaks, they probably couldn't even make their stupid documentary without her coverage. So shout out to you, shout out to you, shout out to you. And thank you for the 19. Thank you for the 1999 super chat as well. Shout out to you, shout out to you. Yes, everybody's like, yes. I know. I got a little like fangirl. Like, oh, Chronicle Speaks in my chat. That's cool. Nothing at this moment. Play action is a football term, so y'all know, for a play that takes a run play but then passes the ball. Okay, so it's like when it's a fake, you're faking them. It's a fake out. You're holding the ball like you about to run, and then it's like, nope, just kidding, throwing it. Okay, so I think that's what J Mac. Let me know if I did the analogy justice. Good looking out. Yes, love her coverage. Yes. I love it. With the T and her little cartoon, it's very cute. Okay, let's see if anything's happening. I am so ready, y'all. My face is hot. I'm so ready for these opening statements. No, we must just be still sitting here waiting. Let me go to another like live coverage situation thing, like somewhere. Is Mims tweeting? Did he make it in the courthouse? The courtroom, rather. What is his? I know I must follow him. Mims. Make it make sense. He has a funny intro too. I'm just looking for some different live updates. So when we're like sitting here doom refreshing. Live Diddy trial. What do we have here? Who do we trust the most? New York Times, Daily Mail, or BBC? We already got CNN up. Oh, we got New York Post as a possibility as well. Which one should I do? New York Times. Okay, I just went to New York Times. I don't really trust them the most, but what are you going to do? Have a jury of 8 men and 4 women. Breaking news. We have a jury, 8 men, 4 women. And there's 6 alternates. 2 are women and 4 are men. So very mostly male jury. Race, ethnicity. I was trying to read ethnicity before I finished the word. Race, ethnicity, and gender can be contentious issues when juries are being picked. As the prosecution and the defense jockey to find the right balance, and lawyers, it's up. And lawyers occasionally make so-called Batson challenges. Diddy's team just did so unsuccessfully. Batson was, this is giving you a little bit of background on the like race issue in jury selection. Batson was a landmark 1986 Supreme Court decision that started a line of rulings barring the use of race and other such characteristics as a basis for excluding prospective jurors. Now, I do remember learning about this a little bit in law school, and I remember people being like, well, hold on. If it's a Black person on trial, shouldn't the entire jury be Black? Like, shouldn't you be able to have a jury of your peers? That was an argument. Okay, this is like a 40-year-old ruling at this point. It's not really up to me. I do remember that was something that was argued. Challenges have been seen in New York in civil rights, political corruption, and even racism cases. Let's meander on back to Inner City Press Twitter to see if we have the opening statements underway yet. I mean, that's why we're all here. 18 seconds. Yes. He says, while we wait, Inner City Press has put up an extra about a questionable fact/lie that made it through the challenges. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, I bet you it's the UN. I got to make sure I'm subscribed to all his stuff, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I got to get to his Substack. Let's see. 8 men. Brandon said 8 men. Diddy must be happy that got. I got to start reading y'all stuff. I got to start reading y'all stuff before I put it up on the screen. Y'all are funny. Any word if Usher will be there? I doubt it. Tina Marie, thank you so much for $5 super chat. I doubt it. I doubt he'll be there unless he has to be. Wouldn't that be some beep if he were to testify? Who in Philly wants to carpool to the courtroom? Tina Marie said. I thought about going, but I don't want to wait in line. I don't want to be out there all day waiting in line, probably getting targeted by somebody's security guard or something like it happened with Chloe Maylos's security guard whenever he was harassing me outside the front of the courtroom at Stanley Moss Courthouse. I do not want to deal with that again. In my opinion, he was harassing me. I mean, y'all can go look at the tapes. It's a video. You tell me what you think. Yeah, I think people are mad that Usher hooked up Diddy with Brandon said he's sorry, everybody. Woo! It was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Y'all missed the line started at midnight. Exactly. But I don't think it will though, J Mac, for the whole time. I really don't. He's doing some college stuff today. He's going to college or he's speaking? Wait a second. So wait, what y'all seem to be describing sounds like, listen, I'm not a doctor. People are describing sleep apnea like it's narcolepsy. I know it makes you tired, but like, because you're not really getting good sleep, that makes sense. But like Lee said, he has sleep apnea. It's not really much to do with boredom. It has to do with sitting in one place. Like I fall asleep when I'm driving. I never fell asleep while watching you. Slay. Maybe you should watch me while driving. No, don't do that. That'll probably get you in another wreck. Don't do that. Thank you so much for that comment. But I just don't understand how y'all falling asleep all day. It's like you just is that sleep apnea or narcolepsy? It's different, I guess. I don't know, y'all. I obviously didn't go to medical school. Thanks so much, Kathy Myers, for the $2 super chat. Pat Riot / Patriot. I see what you did there. That's cute. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Take care of your eyes. Take breaks if needed. Oh, I will. I'll take breaks. Yeah, like if they go on lunch or whatever, I'll probably go and then come back. Tina Marie, thank you again for the $5 super chat. Joe, can you discuss which jurors were selected based on your notes from jury selection? I wasn't able to actually get every number of every juror because of the way that it was being tweeted out. It was just not clear who exactly were jurors. I can take a look at that maybe on the break today or maybe like tomorrow. I can come through and say who these are. I was kind of hoping like some CNN or somebody like that would do. Okay, Brianna, thank you for the $5 super chat, but I'm not leaving Diddy alone. No. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Is there a witness list? Yeah, there is, but I don't think we have it yet. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, Joe. I will look into that. I will look into seeing if I can try to put it together, like who is who. We do know that there's 8 men. That is one thing we do definitely know about the jury selection. I want to know, is the girl from the Spirit Weavers in there? Okay, Tim, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. If Diddy is if Diddy is innocent, I would agree with you. Free Diddy if he's innocent. I am very, very much looking forward to seeing the evidence. Over here on this channel, I haven't made my mind up. Okay, I don't know what Diddy do it. I don't know. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to hear. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Witness list is certainly a witness list. Oh my God, from Germany. Hallo, wie geht es dir heute? Ich will gehen nach Hause. I know like a few German sentences. Hallo, wie geht's? Hallo. Does this happen to anybody else? You start learning a language and then you forget the other language you learned? That like when I try to speak German now, Spanish and Punjabi comes out. It's very strange. Oh, let's see. Okay, bye. The 8 men are all married, somebody said, Jay. With daughters. Guilty verdict coming soon. Are they? I feel like you just be saying stuff sometimes, Jay. But you're American. Ich bin Amerikanerin. That one's right? Das ist richtig. Ich bin Amerikanerin. It's very hard for me to keep my accent, my languages apart in my brain. They all just come out. There's like, what is going on here? It's like nothing's happened for however long. 3 minutes. Oh, I guess he's going to be speaking other languages too. I don't speak Italian, sorry. Yeah. So if you're just joining, hi, hello. Earlier this morning, there was a little bit of housekeeping to get done. We didn't have a jury. That's kind of important. So the jury was selected. The jury has been finalized. 8 men and 4 women in the jury. Now, they do have some more people in the alternate pool. So if something happens to any of these jurors, then there's a pool of alternates that they will be able to pick from. So 12 jurors, 6 alternates, 18 total people. Let's see. We got a few live things 9 minutes ago. Okay. We got a little bit of an update over here from CNN. Jury selected in Combs trial. Oh, another update. Slay. We got CNN analysts weighing in. Let's see what they have to say. So I won't make you go to CNN. I'll just read to you what it says. Video of Cassie Ventura will be used to show Combs has a history of using force, CNN analysts say. It's very interesting. The CNN analysts are the ones saying it when the CNN is the ones that had that tape. And that's where Chloe Mayloss used to work. And that's whose bodyguard was aggravating me that morning at the courthouse. Anyway, a key piece of evidence in the trial is this 2016 video showing Diddy running down the hall like a puma. You all saw it. We all saw it. The prosecutors have to prove this case is more than just violence incident, because that is not what Diddy is charged with. Okay, so this is what his Media Matters team is pushing. So it is a little bit interesting that CNN is also pushing this narrative after being the ones to release this tape. It's like, whose side are they on? Who knows? Prosecutors have to prove this case is more than just domestic violence because he was not charged with domestic violence. Why? Some people might be wondering. Well, it's because probably they waited too damn late. Statutes of limitations exist. Probably they should have did something whenever this stuff was reported in the first instance, but nobody wanted to. Wonder if it's because of who was the president at the time? I don't know, because political offices have come and gone and changed and flowed and ebbed and every other thing since this allegedly has been going on. So I really don't know. We are waiting, though. The jury has been selected. Now we are waiting for opening statements. This is where they're going to get up and go, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And the jury was just picked like 5 minutes ago. I mean, these people are really about to have whiplash. They did not have the weekend to prepare to be jurors. I mean, they kind of probably did think that they might end up being jurors because it was like only 40 people and like, you know, almost half of those people gonna end up being you know, on the jury or an alternate. You know, 18 out of 40. So like almost half. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Just outside of the courtroom, I guess. Nobody cares about that. Let's do a refresh on this. What is this? New York Times. Updated 1 minute ago. Let's see what they said. Here's the latest. 1 minute ago. The jurors range in age from, the jury has entered the courtroom. Okay. See, this is why I wanted to kind of go back and forth between different. This is so fun. Usually when I'm covering cases like this, I'm there and then I have to make a video at the nighttime and I'm exhausted. But now other people are there and I get to just click around at everybody's coverage. Oh my God, a new update. Okay, this is so cool. Okay, I'm so excited. This is fun. Okay. The jurors range in age from their 30s into their 70s, 30s to 70s. So nobody younger than 30 on the jury. Interesting. They live in Manhattan, the Bronx, Westchester County. The panel includes a massage therapist, an investment analyst, a scientist. So where's, who was it that gave me that super chat? Josh, Jay, sorry, what a J, I think. John, Joe. Was it Joe? So this answers some of that. Who else is on the jury? A scientist and a deli clerk. Several of the jurors reported that they had seen the video of Diddy assaulting his former girlfriend, a central incident in the trial. So a lot of people have seen that video. I saw it. Y'all saw it. The judge the judge tells the jurors breakfast and lunch will be provided for them each day of what is expected to be an 8-week trial to try and make their experience, quote, as pleasant as possible. The judge also tells them that their personal information, their names, and other identifying information will not be disclosed to the public. Okay, so we're getting, and I'm thankful for this, we're getting like multiple reports, different reporters reporting from inside the court. So I'm going to be reading through all of them. Make sure you're tuned in here if you want to get all the different coverage and things. Okay. Nothing still, I don't think, new from Inner City Press. He is my preferred source. Okay. 2 minutes ago, we do have a tweet. Jurors are seated. Okay, 10:17 a.m. The jurors are in here. They're seated. The judge tells them, welcome back. This is the United States versus Sean Combs. We will be providing lunch for you in the jury room. We will not release your names to the public, and the jurors have been sworn in. We're off to the races. Okay. Wow. So who else has to swear in? I'm doing this, y'all, because I think I'm allergic to some kind of fruit and it makes my nose itchy, and I'm just too stubborn to stop drinking smoothies. But that's why I'm doing that. And it's just better for me to do that than like. All right. Clerk swears in jurors, y'all. We are off. We are off. Okay, so let's just keep zooming back and forth between the different. I already have a New York Times subscription. Maybe I should sign in. Most recent update. Okay, so it'll only show me the most recent updates. Okay, so I guess I need to. Oh, okay, this is nice. They have a little overview up there at the top. A jury of 18 people, including 6 alternates, was selected on Monday. 8 men, 4 women were chosen. 2 women and 4 men were chosen as alternates. The prosecution and the defense are expected to make their opening statements to jurors, and the first witnesses are set to be called by prosecutors. Okay, so we'll see if that happens. We'll see if that happens, because opening statements were kind of supposed to be like pretty much like, how long can an opening statement be? What, according to the rules, can it be longer than like an hour? Like, I don't know. Is there time limits? I don't know. But the opening statements haven't started yet. And originally, whenever they said that the opening statements were going to be done and then two witnesses were going to speak or be called up and questioned, that was originally whenever opening statements were scheduled to start at 9 in the morning. Opening statements are starting now at 10:30. So I don't know. I'm feeling like I might need to, let's see. Before they get officially started, I might let y'all watch the song one more time and run to the bathroom. Oh no, we have a new tweet. I cannot do that. Okay. We have a new tweet. Let me just scroll to it. Woo, this is so cool. Okay. I don't know. I'm just so excited about this. The judge says, questions are not evidence, ladies and gentlemen. The judge is talking to the jury in the Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs trial right now. I'm getting a little bit excited here. Okay. Only the answers given by witnesses and the documents are evidence. Okay, y'all. Questions are not evidence. You can consider circumstantial evidence, like someone walking in with a dripping umbrella. You can surmise it's raining outside, even if you don't see it. Okay, that is a great explanation for the layperson. What is circumstantial evidence? Like, let's say the crime was you walked outside and you weren't, let's say there's a law against walking outside while it's raining, just for the purposes, right? And somebody comes inside and it's like his umbrella is soaking wet. Well, how did that get wet? Was he outside with the umbrella when it was raining? Could be. That's circumstantial evidence that he was. Could not be. He could have just dipped it in the fish tank in the back or something too. But the judge is saying that is circumstantial evidence. Somebody comes inside with a dripping umbrella. You can surmise it's raining outside. Now, is it necessarily raining outside? Like maybe, like I said. All right, I think I want to, let me bring up my video here, and then I'm going to just like rush the fastest of my life to the bathroom. I want y'all to see my Diddy Do It music video too, though, before we start. I know there's like thousands more people in here than then. Where is it? Diddy, here it is. Okay. I'm going to run to the restroom and I will be back before the end of this video. I just want to not have to leave. It's happening. It's happening right now. Southern District of New York. They're about to start opening statements in about like probably I would say 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to run to the bathroom very fast. But y'all look at this video I made. Or I made the video, but I did not make the song. I told AI to make it. AI made the song. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah. High stakes in the courtroom, lights shining bright, paparazzi flashing. His face lost in the fight. He played the bad boy, living life on the lam. Now he's trapped in the spotlight. Can he take the stand? Did he do it? Did he do it? The world's on the edge like a fuse lit. The surprise witness steps up, face cool as stone.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, trafficking, interstate transportation for prosecution.
Hero of the hour, unraveling his guise. The bad boy's kingdom crumbles right before our eyes. Did he do it? Did he do it?
And he often electronically recorded them.
Questions burn, we pursue it. Did he do it? Did he do it? This drama's real, there's no undoing.
The freak-off sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
Revelations raining down, it's getting late. The clock ticks loud and the room holds its breath. Is a verdict justice or a march into death? Did he do it? Did he do it? The tension's tight like a noose knit. Did he do it? Did he do it? The scales tip heavy under truth grid.
What a bop, what a bop, what a bop, what a bop. Woo, okay. Here we go, here we go. Who's ready for opening statements? I'm excited. I don't know. I mean, y'all don't even have to be because I am. All right. So that's the most recent from Inner City Press. Let's see elsewhere. No, that's not the right thing. Here we go. Prosecution is expected to argue that Diddy is a serial abuser of women and the leader of a criminal enterprise. We have 2 new updates. Let's see. 12 jurors and 6 alternates sworn in. We already knew that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just making sure we don't miss anything out here, y'all. In keeping with the long-standing rules at the federal courts, there will be no video or photography from the courtroom. The New York Times has a team of reporters at the courthouse, including one in the courtroom. Okay. His family's there. Several of his children, they didn't say all of them, but several. Janice entered the courtroom, and they're all on one row. Okay, let's go to Inner City Press here. There's nothing new. I want to go to his main page because it seems like he would have said something else. Inner City Press, reporting live from the courthouse, said you should see 47,000 views in an hour. He said you should see the number of TV cameras outside. It might be the trial of the century. I mean, I think Britney Spears' should have been one of the trials of the century. Nobody wanted to pay attention to that one. I guess it didn't actually go to trial, but still, honestly, put justice for Britney in the comments if you agree. Let's see what else is going on. We got CNN got another update. Let's see what they're saying over there. Judge says he'll try to move this trial along promptly. Okay, that's news. That's news. We didn't hear that anywhere else yet. The newly impaneled jury, imagine the whirlwind. I hope they're keeping diaries. My God. The newly impaneled jury is in the courtroom for the first day of the federal criminal trial of the Sean Pudding Combs. Judge Subramanian told the jurors he will make every effort to move this trial along promptly. I mean, people got to take off work. If they have a job, they got to find somebody else to pick up their kids. I mean, it's like a whole thing every single day. Judge said court will run from 9:30 in the morning till 5 p.m. this week and 9 to 3 in the weeks to come. Okay, so this week, everybody, just so you know, it will be 9:30 in the morning until 5 p.m. every day, just this week. And then next week, it's going to start a little earlier, start 30 minutes earlier, but it's only going to run till 3. Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm glad they're not making these poor jurors stay every single day from 9 to 5. That would suck. But at the same time, I mean, it's part of it, Let's see, Inner City Press. The most recent tweet was the one where they were still giving the jury, not instructions. Oh, God dang it. Hold on. Let me go back to Inner City Presses. I said this earlier. I want to tell y'all again. Lil Rod Jones is out there. He was in line. I don't know if he got a spot. 37 seconds ago, we do get another tweet. So 37 seconds ago, we got an update. That a witness uses a pseudonym, that doesn't mean that their testimony is worthy of less weight. During the trial, do not read or view or listen to anything about this case, and don't post anything. Once the United States, I gotta sneeze. Okay. Once the United States rests, I'm like allergies. Okay. So once they're done, once the feds are done, then that's when Diddy gets to present his case. Okay. I rest my case, and then Diddy gets to come up and do his time, his try, his part. And then the judge says if he should choose to. But remember, you have the Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate yourself. You have the Fifth Amendment right under the United States Constitution not to testify against yourself. The government, the state, the powers that be, they have the burden to prove that you are guilty of doing a crime beyond a reasonable doubt. That means a person cannot have any doubt remaining in their mind that you did it. Like reasonable. There's no reasonable doubt, right? Like beyond a reasonable, yes, there's no reasonable doubt at all. I am convinced. They proved it to me beyond a reasonable doubt. I can't even doubt it. Diddy did it. But Diddy doesn't have the burden to do anything. He has the right to present his case, and absolutely he will do so through Mark Agnifilo and Alexandra Shapiro and them. But they're just reminding probably maybe even telling the jury for the first time some of this stuff. You know, some of these folks I think have been on juries. 6 seconds ago, we got another tweet. So new, it's just refreshing here. Okay. Oh God, opening statements have started. Opening statements are underway in the Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs trial. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, here they come. Who's excited? Put a 5555 or something in the chat. Are you excited? Okay. I'm so excited. Let me calm myself down. I want to drink this water, but I don't want to have to get up again. The attorney, the feds, here they go. This is Sean Combs. To the public, he was a cultural icon, a businessman, larger than life. But there was another side to him, the feds say. You will hear about 20 years of the defendant's crimes. He had a team to help him. Kidnapping, arson, drugs, crimes. I still cannot stop thinking about it from the perspective of one of these poor jurors. They can't even look at the news. Let's hope they're not. They can't look at the news. They're not sequestered. They are like burdened with having to avoid news about this, which I hope they are doing. And they didn't even know an hour ago if they were going to be on the jury. And now they're sitting here and they're hearing, this is Sean Combs. To the public, he was a cultural, like imagine the whiplash these people just went through. And it's like, they're thinking about the lunch. You would be. Put the word lunch in the chat if you would be thinking about what is that lunch going to be, because it better not be what they serving at the MDC, because I might want to go to Subway. Okay. I might want to go down to the cafe myself. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Opening statements are underway. If you're just joining us, opening statements, we've just gotten the first. Oh my God, we have two tweets. Another tweet from opening statements. Okay. This is too exciting. We have 1 second to go. This tweet came through. 1 second ago. Okay. Okay. Let me calm myself down, y'all. The prosecutor goes on. Okay. This is what she's doing up there. Let me get my prosecutor. Let's start, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with one night. He was on the hunt for his girlfriend, Cassie. He forced her to have relations with male escorts while he watched and recorded it. He found out Cassie was seeing another man. Furious, he set out to find Cassie. He woke an employee to drive to the house, but no one was there. Diddy didn't give up. He kept looking for Cassie. Okay, y'all, we're finally getting the name Cassie, by the way, right? Like for 8 months, 6 months, however long it's been, 8 months, they've been calling her Victim 1. And we've been kind of like, okay, well, we know it's Cassie. Can you just call her Cassie? Like, finally, they're saying the name Cassie. When he found her, he beat her brutally, kicking her in the back, flinging her around like a rag doll. But it wasn't enough. Jazz, somebody commented under and said, does this mean Kid Cudi is testifying? I don't know, girl. I don't know. Okay, let's see if there's any other filling in of the blanks. Opening statements are underway 3 minutes ago. This is coming from CNN. Judge Aaron Subramanian has finished reading his preliminary instructions to the jury, and Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson is now giving the prosecution's opening statement. This is Emily Johnson? Maureen Comey isn't giving that opening statement. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what New York Times, are they saying anything? Emily A. Johnson. Yeah. Wow. This is really crazy. Like, how old is this girl? I thought Emily Johnson was young. Emily Johnson, the prosecutor delivering the opening statements for the government, says, quote, there was another side to Sean Combs, the entertainer, a side that ran a criminal enterprise, she said. During this trial, you're going to hear about 20 years of the defendant's crimes. He didn't do it alone. He had an inner circle of bodyguards and high-ranking employees, and it better be Lou Taylor. I better hear her freaking name, who helped him commit crimes and helped him cover them up. Okay, so we're just kind of reading. If you're just joining, I'm just reading from a few different sources which are purporting to be inside the courtroom right now. We have a team of people from New York Times, one of whom is inside the courtroom, one is outside the courthouse, I guess. I'm also reading from Inner City Press's tweets. That's really my preferred source. So they say, and Diddy woke somebody up in the middle of the night. Okay. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Breaking news. Woo! Opening statements are off to the races, y'all. Okay. Okay. So Diddy. Woo. Okay. So the assistant U.S. attorney is giving her opening statements literally right now. If you're watching this live, she's standing up right now talking to the jury that was just picked like a few minutes ago. This is crazy. I don't know why I'm so worked up over this. Okay. So she's talking and she's like, okay, let's start with this one night. This one night he was trying to hunt down Cassie. He had forced her to have relations with male escorts while he watched and recorded it. He found out Cassie was seeing another man. This is supposedly Kid Cudi, but I don't know. She didn't say that part. You can read what I'm reading right here. Furious, Diddy set out to find Cassie and the other man. He woke up one of his employees to drive him to Cassie's house, but there was no one there. So he didn't give up. He kept looking for Cassie. When he found her, he beat her brutally, kicking her in the back, flinging her around like a rag doll, but that wasn't enough. He told Cassie he could release video of her having relations with male escorts. He broke into a man's house and beat and blackmailed his girlfriend. These are not his only crimes. Cassie is not the only woman he beat and sexually exploited. 20 years of crimes. Wow. Wow. What are y'all saying in here? Innocent until proven guilty. JL, great question. Where are the co-defendants? I want to see these high-ranking employees. I want to see who drove him to the house. Laura said, I'm sure Cudi is testifying. One world, run on blackmail, period. Period. Yes, it is. So sick. This is going to get dirty, Christine said. They are straight out of BS podcast. Why are they not calling the transporting somebody for institution trap? They're calling it both. They're calling it both. But the trafficking is against consent. And for the purpose of institution doesn't necessarily require the person that you're transporting doesn't consent. Thanks so much. The Real VB Law and Order Certified. Love you and your channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to you. You guys, it was a Chris Crocker reference. Everybody leave Rotten alone. Girl, you can't be saying stuff like that in here. Thank you for that super chat. OMG, a 70-year-old? Wait till the FO videos start. I'm saying. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. This account gifted 2 That Surprise Witness memberships. Shout out to you. Shout out to South Africa, Rochelle Heldzinger. Thank you for the 14 ZAR watching from South Africa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to you. Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from? Cricket, thank you for the $2.99 super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Diddy equals the Joker. You're not the first one to say that too. And you know what? He dressed as the Joker. One Halloween, he got real into character. It was very freaky. I made a little video clip about it one time. Okay, let's see what's transpired else. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Is that the most recent thing? That might be the most recent. Hold on. Trying to make sure we're keeping it live and fresh in here. Okay. Here we go. He had a business. Let me make sure this is the actual most recent. It's like so glitchy. Hold on. All right. He had a business. bad boy records that made him right. He relied on his bodyguards, chiefs of staff who ran all aspects of his life. The group promoted his power. His bodyguards kidnapped an employee, set a car on fire, dangled a person. They delivered drugs whenever he said, including to a woman he forced to have relations with an escort. Okay, so they delivered these substances, including to the people. I think it's supposed to be women, including giving them to the women that he was allegedly forcing to have relations with these male escorts. He transported them across state lines and even out of the country. The feds say, let me be very clear. This case is not about a celebrity's private sexual preferences. Wow. Let's go over to CNN or whatever, New York Times, because they are like, supplementing. You can see other stuff that's being said, because we're not getting like a transcript. We're just getting like, paraphrased tweets. In her opening statement, Emily A. Johnson describes what the government says was just one night in the years of crimes they accuse Sean Combs of. The mogul had learned that his then girlfriend, Cassie, was seeing another man. So Combs, allegedly, according to the feds, woke up an employee in the middle of the night and said he was going to unalive the man. Okay, we did not get that from Inner City Press's tweets. He woke the employee up in the middle of the night and said, I'm going to go beep that man. They broke into the man's house, but he was not there. Diddy then went looking for Cassie and did what he had done countless times before. This is a quote, did what he had done countless times before. He beat her brutally. Whoa. Yeah, this gives a little bit more, even more texture than what we got from Inner City Press. They're just like, no, girl, it's just too much. You can't be reading all these things all at once. He had learned, okay. He woke up an employee in the middle of the night and said, we're going to go unalive this man. They broke into the man's house. He was not there. Then he went, found Cassie and beat her up. Okay. Wow. What else? This was criminal. This is a quote. I'm reading from a tweet. God, I wish I could just stay on one page and not have to refresh. It's very aggravating. I don't know how else to do it though. Sorry. I'm having internet issues really bad. I need to get like a different internet or something. He told Cassie he would release a video. So they're saying he was like using these videos as blackmail. Okay. He told her he could release a video of her doing this. He broke into the man's house. He beat and blackmailed his girlfriend. These are not his only crimes. Cassie is not the only woman he did this to. She says, let me be very clear. This case is not about a celebrity's private sexual preferences. This was criminal. He coerced and even used violence. Along this trial, we will focus on two women, Cassie and Jane. Okay, breaking news. They're going to focus on two women, Cassie and Jane Doe. We will show that the defendant used lies, drugs, threats, and violence to force Cassie and Jane to have relations with him in front of male escorts. Okay. He called them freak-offs or wild king nights. I've heard that before. Wild king. No, it was Black King God. I think I heard him say before. Wild king nights or hotel nights. Okay, so they were called freak-offs, wild king nights, or hotel nights, according to the feds. His staff organized flights, cars, hotels, all at his direction. His staff set up the room with lubricant and lighting. Staff came in with cash to pay the escorts and drugs. Now, used to be 4 victims. So where is victim 4? Where is the other third victim? Victim 3, I guess. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, we got 2 new tweets. It's happening fast. I gotta get down the bottom of the thing. I don't really know how else to. They got the AstroTurfs out here, y'all. Whew, he made these victims take substances. You can read on the screen what they were. It made them sick, but also sexually aroused. He directed every step. He expected the women to appear to enjoy themselves. So you got to pretend like you like it, okay? So they're saying, look, yes, they were sexually aroused, but that's because he made them take these substances that make you feel that way. He directed every step, and they were forced to appear. No, excuse me. He expected them to appear to enjoy themselves. He took care of himself and recorded these events. Cassie was 19 years old with a hit song. Cassie tried to work on her music, but the defendant made her turn down many opportunities. She recorded, but he had the final say over the music she released. There was never another album. He hit Cassie in the head. He's hit Cassie in the head and dragged her by the hair. Wow. Let's see what CNN and them are saying. Because, they're adding. Oh, look, there's some look at Matthew Russell Lee. Look at him right there. Isn't he so precious? I love him. Look at these two. There's that Agnifilo and his wife. What's she doing there? They must have both had to go there to go to work today. Oh, poor thing. She needs to cut that string on the bottom of her blazer. Somebody tell her before she goes into the courtroom. Look at that. Look at that star-studded pack of people. Where's the updates? Prosecutor details the night Combs went on the hunt. Again, I'm reading from several different sources because each one does include some details that the other one does. And I want to make sure we got everything. 5,000 in the chat. Shout out. Put 5 in the chat for 5,000. So this one is from CNN. I'm going to show y'all right now the example for why I am using different sources as we go through this, even though it kind of does seem redundant on some. We got a few things on this CNN one that we did not get from New York Times or Inner City Press. And I personally want to make sure that we are on top of everything that we can possibly be on top of, since there's no cameras and recordings of inside the courtroom live. The prosecutor details the night Diddy went, quote, on the hunt for his girlfriend, Cassie. The prosecutor told the jury that they're going to hear about the alleged charges against Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs during the trial. Quote, kidnapping, arson, drugs, crimes, bribery, obstruction. These are just some of the crimes that the defendant and his inner circle committed again and again. You are going to hear about all of them during this trial. Let me start now with one night. The defendant was on the hunt for Cassie, his girlfriend. Says that Diddy forced her to have with male escorts, filmed it, kept the recordings as blackmail. Quote, souvenirs. See, this is the new quote. I'm not doing that, y'all. It's just, I think the internet is just like overloaded. Souvenirs. The most humiliating nights of her life. The prosecutor says that Diddy went to look for her when he learned she was seeing another man. He took his pew, this is new information, and his bodyguard and yelled that he was going to unalive that man. When he found Cassie and beat her, quote, brutally kicking her in the back and flinging her around like a rag doll. Okay, again, this is new new stuff we didn't hear from the other two sources. So I want to make sure that we kind of cover in different sources. Okay. We got some more tweets from Inner City Press as well. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is nasty. This is nasty. Okay, this is gonna get rough, y'all. Buckle up. I wouldn't let your kids watch it live. I probably would watch it yourself first, and then see if you wanted to hear this stuff, y'all. I mean, I'm saying if I had kids, I'm not letting them listen to this live. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This ain't for kids anyway. I always click the not for kids box, but y'all look at this. I can't even read it. Okay, so the last thing we read, y'all, oh, this is crazy, is that Diddy was basically like plucked up Cassie when she was 19, promised her the world. She tried to work on music. She had one album, a hit song. He never really meant that. He just wanted to keep her as a FO toy. He hit her in the head, dragged her by the hair, stomped on her. I'm not going to read the specific explicit details. Y'all can read it. Then made her stay in a hotel for a week to hide her injuries. He set up FOs as often as once a week. She spent half of her time. The defendant made an escort read it in her mouth. Whoa. It was like Dubai porty potties out here. Okay. That's what's being alleged. As you will see in this trial, he beat her in the hallway of a hotel to drag her back to the freak off. Initially, she wanted to make him happy, but then she didn't want to. But Diddy made her. The consequences were severe. Now, some of y'all are going to say, that's a kink and some people are into it. And maybe that's true. But y'all need to go head down to the nearest place where you could get an exorcism because something's wrong with you. Okay. I'm not even going to tell you to go to therapy because I don't think it could possibly help you. All right. If you are literally into this, where you want a male S worker to do that to your wife so you can record it and then do something to yourself, you probably should hit up the nearest place to get an exorcism of your religion of choice. Okay. Something's probably wrong with you. We got another tweet a minute ago. He beat her when he thought she took too long in the bathroom. Defying him would end in violence. She fled, but he found her. With the help of his inner circle, Cassie's career was in her hands. I think it's supposed to mean his hands. Maybe they're saying so much stuff in there that our friend Matthew Russell is just losing the pronouns. Cassie's career was in her hands is what it says. I don't know. He told her he could destroy her career by releasing the video. And y'all, it's probably worse stuff than that on those videos. Let's be honest. I don't know. I've never seen them. I don't want to see them. And if they come out, I ain't looking at them. Wow. What is CNN saying over here? I want to see what New York Times and CNN are saying. Called himself the king and expected to be treated like one. No. Together, this inner circle group, worked to promote the defendant's power. They carefully cultivated and guarded his reputation. He called himself the king and expected to be treated like one. He expected his inner circle, these are quotes I'm reading, you can read on screen. He expected his inner circle to cater to his every desire, including his sexual desire. And his inner circle made sure he got everything he wanted. The prosecutor says resources from his businesses were used to sexually exploit multiple women, including by forcing them to have sex with male escorts while he watched. Here's the lawyers. Yeah, we already read those there. Let's see. Anything new on the New York Times? Because we're getting new stuff from each source. So I do want to, oh my God, 6 updates. My God. Okay. The prosecution says Cassie agreed to participate in freak-offs initially because she loved Combs. But the prosecutor says but the prosecution says she, quote, she knew it was not something she wanted to do. She describes one F. Oh my God. We're back to the FO with in the mouth. Whoo. So in one FO, Cassie, quote, felt like she was choking when Combs made an escort Dubai porta potty her mouth. The prosecutor says that Cassie soon learned that defying Sean Combs would end in violence. Eventually, Johnson said, this is the prosecutor, quote, she knew she had no choice but to agree to the freak-offs, which she was often asked to arrange herself. Girl, oh my Lord, this is nasty. It says if she took too long in the bathroom, he would beat her up. Let's see. And he was blackmailing, allegedly, according to these allegations in the opening statement. Diddy was allegedly blackmailing and saying, if you don't do it, I'm showing the video. So it's just like more and more videos are getting made. The assistant U.S. attorney said when he said to have a FO, she knew she had no choice. She called the escort and put on the performances he wanted. Her safety depended on keeping him happy. The relationship was complicated, the feds say. Both were unfaithful, but only one of them had power. Okay, listen, true. Cassie had no power. Even the people on Twitter are saying it. They're saying they're saying hashtag free puff, but they're saying nobody gives it about Cassie. Nobody cares about her records. Nobody needed music from her and nobody asked for it. That's really hateful and mean. But even the haters have to agree with the prosecution on this one by their own arguments. Between Cassie and Diddy, until maybe the Me Too movement, only one of them had power. Now we're finally in a place where people might believe somebody, man or woman, when they come out against somebody powerful. The tweets go on, quote, he made Cassie do his, bidding in the dark hotel room. Cassie wasn't the only one. This was a pattern. Let me tell you about Jane. She was a single mom who started spending time with Diddy in 2020. She fell in love with him, but Diddy was seeing other women. One night, he told Jane about freak-offs and made it happen immediately. He took her to a hotel where an escort was on the way. Okay, so this is Jane. Put I guess your guesses of who's Jane in the comments down below. He's a young man. I don't know. He took her to a hotel where an escort was on the way. He directed her step by step. Jane thought it was a one-time wild night. She was wrong. He continued. He offered a real relationship. Jane wanted the escort to wear protection, but the defendant, Diddy, did not let them. This is a little bit lining up with the Jonathan Audie allegations. I'm just going to say it if nobody else is going to say it. I guess originally Jane tried to make it through these nights without drugs. The first time she broke down and took some substances to complete. Another time she threw up, but he said, go do it again. I don't know what this means. We might have to look at CNN and New York Times for some more details. Jane found two men and invited them to join the FOs so she could choose the man that she would be intimate with. Diddy discouraged her from working outside, I guess, the FOs. He had the power to coerce her back into the hotel rooms. He threatened her with the videos. Woo, my God, this is not good. The prosecutor says that to control Jane financially, Diddy discouraged her from working because he, quote, wanted her to be available, wanted her, quote, to be available at a moment's notice and started paying her rent. As with Cassie, Diddy threatened Jane with videos that he had recorded of the FOs. The prosecution describes a night when Diddy became enraged at Jane after a dispute over over him seeing another woman. Yeah, him going to see another woman. Emily Johnson, the prosecutor, says Jane ran around the house trying to escape him, but Diddy grabbed her in a choke hold, lifted her off the ground by her neck, and kicked her to the ground. Whoa. Whoa. Let's see the CNN update. Prosecutor says trial will focus on these two victims. Cassie, the former girlfriend, the defendant used lies, drugs, threats, and violence to force and coerce Cassie, and then later Jane, to have relations with him in front of male escorts. The defendant insisted that these relations occur in a very specific, highly orchestrated way. These performances lasted multiple days and involved multiple escorts. The defendant called these encounters different things over the years, including freak-offs, wild king nights, and hotel nights, Johnson tells the jury. Whew, Lord. Yeah, okay, let's go back to Inner City Press. Not even a year ago. Not even a year ago, Diddy went to her house. She was angry. She hit him. He became enraged. She tried to hide. She locked herself in her bedroom. He kicked it open, then the bathroom, the closet, the guest bedroom. He kicked her to the ground. He did not let Jane be. He said, "You're not going to F up my night." He said, "Call up an escort and perform." Jane followed his instructions. His violence got him what he wanted. Cassie will tell you about the time the defendant forced himself on her. Mia, an employee. Okay, Mia. We got another name. Breaking news. We have another person entering on the scene. I don't know who Mia is, but Mia, an employee, will tell you how the defendant forced himself on her. Hand up her dress. So this must not be Dawn Richard. Remember, it was an employee. Hand up her dress, violating her. Amidst all this violence, he and his inner circle worked to cover up his crimes. The video at the LA hotel, you will hear just how far this went. So here we have the prosecutors already. They're saying, yeah, we're using that video. I know you saw it too. You're going to see how far it went. A new update from New York Times. They're quick. The prosecution has introduced a third woman accusing Diddy of coercing her into relations, referring to her by the pseudonym Mia. Oh, maybe it is Dawn. Maybe it's a pseudonym. Mia. It is a pseudonym. Mia. So I don't know who it is. Okay. We're just learning from the New York Times that Mia is a pseudonym. This means that Mia is not the birth certificate name or the common name of this person that we would know this person as. Mia. Cassie, on the other hand, is going by her name. Cassie Ventura. This former employee is going to testify about the times that Diddy forced himself on her sexually, including forcing her to perform acts, sneaking into her bed to violate her against her will. We have a new update from CNN about how they met. Cassie met Diddy in 2006 when she was just 19 years old. She was an aspiring singer and had a hit song when she met Diddy. So she already had a hit song already. I kind of always thought that Diddy gave her that song, but she had the song when she met him. He was 17 years older than her when they met. Within a year of signing Cassie with his label, they were dating. They dated on and off until 2018. Quote, the defendant started abusing Cassie early on. Initially, Cassie fought back. In 2009, Diddy threw her to the floor in an SUV and stomped repeatedly on her face. To hide her injuries, Diddy forced Cassie to stay in a hotel for the next week. Okay. Just trying to. Okay. The defendant. This is aggravating. The defendant. Oh my God, please. The defendant, Diddy, offered a hotel security guard a wad of cash, a brown paper bag with $100,000 in $100 bills. This is like mafia stuff, if true. The inner circle, where is Robin freaking Greenhill and Lou Taylor? Where are they? The inner circle kept, and I'm telling you what she would say. She would say, I had no idea about this. Oh my God, I had no idea about this. Oh my God, y'all, I have to hide this man. I've got to hide him. Oh my God, he is so offensive. The defendant offered a hotel security guard a wad of cash, a brown paper bag. That's more than a wad, sweetie. $100,000 in $100 bills is way more than a wad. The inner circle kept Cassie in hiding for days. All of this is why he's charged with multiple federal crimes, racketeering conspiracy. Wow. This is going down. This is going down. 23 seconds ago, we have another tweet. Let me just let it finish doing its little thing it does. Okay. Look at all these. Do y'all see all these AstroTurf accounts like acting like it's something funny and like acting like they know the truth for sure? I just block them. It's just too obvious to me. 31 seconds ago. Cassie and Jane will tell you of the most painful experiences of their lives. You will hear from some of the defendant's employees, including his personal assistant, Mia, who he assaulted. Okay, so this was a personal assistant who he assaulted. She is grappling with it. Got another update here. Prosecutor describes power imbalance between Combs and Cassie. Assistant U.S. attorney said in her opening statement that Diddy defense is going to portray the hip-hop mogul's relationship with Cassie as complicated. And they're going to say that the prosecution is mischaracterizing this relationship. But the feds told the jurors that they're going to hear they were both unfaithful, jealous, and at times angry. Quote, but only one of them had power. Only one of them had control. And that was Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. And with that power and with that control, he made Cassie do his bidding in those dark hotel rooms. Wow. Let's see. What's going on in the New York Times? Anything new? I'll refresh, update. The prosecution told the jury that an incident at the center of the case represented a pattern of Sean Combs' employees trying to cover up his crimes. This incident is the assault of Cassie at the Los Angeles hotel in 2016. After the assault was captured on surveillance footage, the prosecutor says Diddy and his chief of staff contacted a hotel security guard to broker a deal. Quote, broker a deal. Combs ended up giving the guard a brown paper bag filled with $100,000 in cash, essentially buying the hotel surveillance footage. We now know that any attempts at a cover-up did not work. CNN published the footage last year, and the jury is expected to see parts of it. The prosecution... Yeah, okay, we already read that one. Okay, let's go back to Matthew Russell Lee. Oh, my Lord, y'all, this is going to get crazy. Beep. Okay, here we go. So we're talking about the Mia who he SA'd. She is grappling with it, allegedly. I don't know. All innocent until proven guilty. You will hear from the employee he forced into an SUV with a pew-pew. I wonder if that's, what's his name? The drug mule. Employee he forced into an SUV with a pew-pew and from a chef. They worked punishing hours, at times without sleep. They bought rugs for him with the D at the front. They were expected to keep quiet. Some of these witnesses have already received settlements. Breaking news. We're going to hear from people who have not spoken before, who've already received settlements to shut their trap. Remember how they say NDAs don't cover crimes? You always hear that all the time, all over the place. NDA can't cover a crime. NDA can't cover a crime. Well, specifically, this is what they are talking about. When the government and the feds, who especially the feds, shows up at your house, shows up in your mailbox with a subpoena, it don't matter what you sign with who. You get subpoenaed, you got to talk. No matter what you pay, you were paid. No matter what you settled, no matter what you signed. You will also hear from some of the escorts. Breaking news, you're going to hear from multiple escorts. It will not only be one. Alleged escorts. That the defendant directed them and filmed it. So you're going to hear from multiple male escorts that Diddy filmed these incidents, these encounters, the FOs. Wow. An escort once saw the defendant, that's Diddy, assault Cassie and drag her by her face during a freak-off. You'll see records from hotels and the damage and car services. Wow. You will see text messages in which the defendant tells staff to bring cash for escorts, and by Jane saying she did not. You'll see text messages from Jane saying she did not want to do the FOs. You will see videos, and in them, you can hear the defendant provide direction to Cassie and Jane out of their senses on a substance. You will see a video of the defendant brutally beating Cassie during a freak off in an LA hotel. So this we've already seen, right? The video of the defendant brutally beating Cassie during the freak off. Now, have we seen it all? We saw snippets. You'll see photos of the damage, including to 4 doors in Jane's home not even a year ago. You will see what he had in his home. Guns, med bag of drugs, lube. Oh my God. New York Times has an update. Let's see what they're talking about over here. The prosecution has opened the trial by describing accounts of 2 women, including Sean Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie, who say Diddy coerced them into drug-fueled, orchestrated sex marathons with male prostitutes. The government says a 3rd woman, a former employee, will testify about times that Diddy forced himself on her. Their case revolves around Diddy's conduct, but also that of members of his inner circle who were accused of working to cover up their boss's crimes. I think we have another CNN update here too. No, we don't. Okay, back to Inner City Press. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. 1 minute ago. You will see the agreement. Woo! Breaking news. You're going to see some of the evidence you're going to see in this trial. Now, we've already talked a little bit about some of the people you're going to see. You're going to see multiple escorts. You're going to see Cassie. You're going to hear from Jane. You're going to hear from Mia. These are 3 people. 4 people. Well, 3 people. You got Cassie, Jane, and Mia. Mia was the employee going by a pseudonym. Jane going by a pseudonym. There's a victim 5 not going by a pseudonym. We haven't heard this person's name yet. We're going to hear about arson. We're going to see pictures. Some evidence we're going to see is going to be pictures. Look at this. I can't deal with the bots. I just really seriously can't. You're also going to see the agreement with the hotel security guard, barring him from speaking after he paid $100,000 for the video. He was paid after he received $100,000 for the video. You will hear him manipulate Jane into saying she wanted it. His threats not to pay her, for her home. Text to his staff about it. Oh my God, this man. If true, we're going to have to see the evidence because right now it's just her talking, you know. Prosecutor describes graphic details, now we're on CNN, about the freak-offs. She described them where women were allegedly on substances and forced to engage in S acts for days. She also talked about what they entailed. She says Diddy introduced his former girlfriend Cassie to these freak-offs early in their relationship. Quote, half of every week. Oh my God. Half of every week. Cassie was in a dark hotel room and awake for days performing S acts she did not want to do on male escorts. She still, in another freak off, had, quote, an open wound on her face from Diddy's most recent assault. The Fed said Diddy beat her to, quote, show who was in charge. He beat her when she didn't answer the phone when he called, or when she left a freak off without permission. He beat her when he thought she took too long in the bathroom. When she tried to run away, Diddy always found her. This part right here is where it's going to be hard. This is where I'm going to need Mark Agnifilo to explain how this part was consensual. Because you can almost explain away a whole lot of this stuff. However, when Cassie did, because a lot of people were going to say, why didn't she leave? Well, according to them, she did leave. But he would hunt her down, quote, hunt her down, quote, often with the help of his so-called inner circle. The Feds say Diddy recorded the FOs and used them as blackmail against Cassie. He told her, quote, he could destroy her career by releasing videos of her doing S acts on dozens and dozens of male escorts. The prosecutor also says that Diddy sexually abused one of his employees, forced her to perform acts on him, snuck into her bed, violated her against her will. Going back to Inner City Press. Okay, here we go. All right, that's it. I think the opening statements are done for the one side. Now, Diddy's side is going to stand up. Breaking news, it is 11:25 a.m. Eastern. About an hour after the first, maybe a little less than an hour after the first parts of the opening statement started from the prosecutors. And okay, this is the end. This is the end of the opening statement from the Feds. They say this. I ask you, jury, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to do three things. Number one, pay attention to the evidence. It's still the Feds. Number two, follow the judge's instructions on the law. Number three, use your common sense. And if you do these three things, you're going to reach the verdict that Sean Combs is guilty. The end. Pay attention to the evidence, follow the judge's instructions, and use your common sense. The judge looks over to Diddy's side and says, who for the defense? Teeny Garagos. Teeny Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, gets up and says, this case is about love, jealousy, and money. So remember the beginning, it was like, this case is about coercion, this case, whatever they said. This case is about love and jealousy and money. This is Diddy's defense, speaking for the first time in the opening statements. They're trying to turn it into a racketeering case. It will not work. You are the jury. You will evaluate the witnesses. And finally, the story can come out. This case is not about what you heard on the news. Diddy is fascinating. He grew up in Harlem. He built a lawful business. He worked for it. He created a culture and produced music that changed a generation. I'm glad they said he created a culture because that's quite the freaking admission. She goes on, witnesses will share with you that he's a fascinating person and people are drawn to him. Okay, but fascinating doesn't mean you didn't racketeer, teeny. I'm going to need you to pick a new word, girlfriend. Let's see what New York Times is having to say about it. 3 new updates. Where's my updates at? Show me them. That's her right there, teeny. Oh my Lord, it don't look like she slept too good last night. Poor thing. Oh my Lord, she ain't looking like she was looking the other day on 4 Angry Men. I tell you that. 2 Angry, 3 Angry, however many it was on there. Teeny, a lawyer for Sean Combs, has begun delivering the defense's opening statement as 4 minutes ago. Quote, Sean Combs is a complicated man, but this is not a complicated case. It seems complicated to me, Teeny, even if you say it's not, girl. She says the government is trying to turn consensual sexual relations into trafficking. It won't work. Okay, but again, listen, what did I tell y'all was my one thing they're going to really need to prove? When she ran away, why did he hunt her down? That doesn't seem consensual to me. That part right there, I need an explanation. Tina Garagos goes on, painting her client as magnetic, larger than life, working for his wealth and his success. No one gave him a dime. Oh, except Clive Davis, who gave him the $15 million when he got too big for his britches over there at Andre Harrell's. What was he at? Uptown. What about whenever he got too big for his britches at Uptown Records? What about that $15 million, teeny? Nobody gave him that. Did he have to earn it? Perhaps in the same exact type of way that he makes people earn. And if so, shouldn't that person be on trial? I'm just saying, these are just questions. These are only mere questions. I don't know anything. Okay, so then here's CNN, their version of it. Sean Combs is a complicated man. This is not a complicated case. This case about love, jealousy, infidelity, and money. It's about voluntary adult choices made by capable adults in consensual relationships at a time when everything in government can feel so uncertain. One thing remains the same. The one thing standing between all of us and criminal conviction is a jury of our peers. There has been a tremendous amount of noise, Diddy's lawyers say, around this case over the last year. It's time to cancel that noise and hear and see the evidence presented in this courtroom, and it will be crystal clear. I can't wait, girl. Me and Teeny agree on one thing, I tell you that. I'm ready to see the evidence. I'm ready to see it. Okay. We got a few more tweets from Inner City Press. I think 3 more. If you wanted to climb in music, apparel, beverages, you wanted to be around Sean Combs. That's true. I wouldn't say that too loud at the jury box. Tina Garagos, Diddy's own lawyer, is saying how powerful the man was. If you wanted to climb in music, apparel, or beverages, hello, you wanted to be around Diddy. He gave people opportunities to work at his companies. He had a vision that few had. The witnesses mostly loved him. The text messages will show that. Wow. He is 55 years old. He is going by Sean Combs. I am Tina Garagos. I am honored to represent him. I mean, that's not shocking. Look at who her dad is. The only people in this courtroom who will tell you about racketeering are the prosecutors. There was no conspiracy. This case is about Sean Combs's private life. The government has no business in that. These hard work. Wait, hold on. The government has no business in ecstasy, Molly, MDMA. All of these things have laws against some stupid ass. The government has no business in a case involving Molly, MDMA, and ecstasy, even if it's private sexual choices in your, I mean, I'm open to hearing arguments about how that shouldn't be. You know, I'm open to hearing arguments about how it shouldn't be, but I know for a fact these are federally illegal drugs. So is she really with a straight face going to stand up there and say the private S life, quote, the government has no business in it? It's not off to a good start. It's not. And if you follow me, you know that I often give a lot of credit to Diddy's defense team because they do a good job. They're like the best money can buy. This sucks. This sucks. This is their defense. I might flip back to thinking the government might be able to win this. They might win. Who knows? Day one. We got 2 more months, y'all. This case about Sean Combs' private S life, the government has no business in that. These hardworking individuals were educated from Harvard to Howard University. Wait, he ain't graduated though. Let's not get carried away. He has a temper. And wait a second. Certainly, she's not trying to say Diddy went to Harvard because he got an honorary degree or something. Who went to Harvard? Is this a breaking news moment? We have breaking news. One of the co-defendants went to Harvard? Huh. I don't know, girl. I don't know. Diddy has a temper. He got violent. He's not proud of it. We own it. She's proud to represent a man who's violent and beats women, y'all. That's the type of lawyer you got to get. Sometimes he would get so jealous. Hold on. Oh, Lord, what is all this crap? Sometimes he gets so jealous or angry, he's out of control. Well, that sounds like somebody needs to be locked up. Sometimes, like it happens often, that he loses control. That sounds like somebody has no place in civilized society. I mean, listen, yesterday, this time, I was kind of like, oh, maybe the government has no case. But given based on what I'm reading so far, woo, Teeny Garrett goes to shit in the bed. You will hear that he lied to his girlfriends. You may think he's a jerk or mean, but he's not on trial for that. He's being tried for running a racketeering enterprise. This is just simple, innocent domestic violence. Domestic violence is not S trafficking. Had he been charged with domestic violence, we would not be sitting through an 8-week trial. He's not guilty of these crimes. As the trial goes on, we're going to take accountability. We will not shy away. Diddy, his lawyer says, had a bit of a different S life. Breaking news, we're finally getting the defense, okay, about how he was just a swinger or whatever. Okay, here it is. Drum roll. Tina Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter, who's proud. She's proud to represent this admitted domestic abuser. Admitted. She's just admitted it. Yes, this is domestic, but he did it. He's violent. He's angry. He loses often. He loses control of himself, and I'm proud to represent him. He has a little bit of a different sex life, his proud of him lawyer says. The alleged victims were all getting something from him. They are adults. They too must take on responsibility for their lives, as he does for his. A free choice has pros and cons. A free choice does, but what about whenever she left and she got chased and hunted down? Again, that is what it comes down to for me. I can even buy some of this stuff. I can until I see more evidence. But why is it she got chased, hunted down when she tried to leave? That's not consent, Teeny. Need somebody to answer that. So they're saying he had a little bit of a different S life because everybody that he was with wanted something from him. But isn't that true for everybody? Like why would we date people? Why would we get married if like you didn't want something from them, whether it be love, affection, partnership, freak all, I guess people do that, like, a record deal, whatever it is, like that means she deserved to be hunted down. That means she deserved to be stomped. That means she deserves to not be able to get out of it. I don't know, Teeny. It's not really strong. Maybe she should have let her daddy do this one, but he's busy with the Menendezes. Maybe Mark Agnifilo should have did it. I really don't know. But they're trying to tell me he had simply just had a different S life. Let's see if CNN has any further detail. Okay, so she described the text messages and the videos that the jurors are going to see at trial. She acknowledges some of the victims and witnesses have received financial settlements or still have active lawsuits. Okay, new news, breaking news, new news. As of 5 minutes ago, it's reported by CNN that some of the people you're going to hear from indeed and in fact do have active lawsuits out against Diddy. Johnson is also describing various records that will come up during the trial, including dozens and dozens of text messages about the freak-offs, bills for hotel rooms. How many times are you going to see TriStar Sports and Entertainment listed? I want to know. Car services, damages to hotel rooms. More texts are going to show Diddy directed Cassie to take specific substances before freak-offs. There will also be video evidence. You will see videos of some of the freak-offs. Oh, my Lord. Breaking news, breaking news. Woo! Some of the evidence you're going to see is going to be evidence of video evidence of freak-offs, okay? The videos the defendant used to blackmail Cassie and to blackmail Jane. The prosecutor told the jury, referring to two of Diddy's alleged victims, his former girlfriend Cassie and another woman going by Jane. You will see them put on a performance, but they are high on ecstasy. They pretend to enjoy themselves because that's what Diddy wanted and expected. That's what they're saying. Okay. When they start talking about high-level employees, I'm thinking Lou Taylor. I'm thinking Robin Greenhill. I'm hoping. It's a hopeful optimism, okay? I'm hopeful. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. They probably not. Truly, they're probably not going to come up because they seem to get out of everything. Nothing ever happened to anybody for trafficking Britney Spears. Britney said these people were trying, honestly believed they were trying to kill her. Nothing ever happened to these people. Nothing ever happened to them. Investigation, not to my knowledge. Anyway, the prosecutor was saying that Diddy and his staff were in a racketeering conspiracy, says that together, quote, they agreed to commit different crimes: kidnapping, arson, distributing drugs to other people, exploiting employees for labor. Cassie and Jane will tell you how Diddy tried to control their lives, from their homes to their careers, how the defendant used his control over them, his lies, drugs, threats, violence to threaten and coerce them into having relations with male escorts. Let's see if Teeny Garagos has made an argument that's worth a damn yet or not. So far, not. And again, y'all, if you follow my channel, you know I'm not like one of these, like, no matter what Diddy does, he's wrong. He needs to go to jail. He's guilty. I'm not. I don't say that. I say I need to see the proof. But based on the two different opening statements, I think that Assistant U.S. Attorney Johnson has absolutely bodied Teeny Garagos. Looks like Teeny needs to get a little bit more sleep. It's just shit the bed. I'm sorry. It was. Okay, so she's going on. She says, oh, Diddy just had a little bit of a different sex life. Everybody that he had sex with, they wanted something from him. So therefore, he was allowed to act like this, I guess. She says, you will evaluate these women. They made free choices every day for years, except when they were getting hunted down. She didn't really address that part at all. Ask yourself, what are all the ways this individual had the ability to make these choices? Ask, what is this person getting? That's a great question, Teeny, because I have asked. If Cassie had Beyonce's career, if Cassie had even so much as, I don't freaking know, somebody else, somebody not as big, JoJo. Cassie had like a song. Cassie didn't get much. What, her rent paid? Come on, please, girl, please. Please. Something they want. Is this person, what is this person getting? Something they want. It may differ. Jealousy drove choices of the victims. Diddy never married, but he is a many-woman man. He is always in multiple relationships. He was not always honest. Y'all, Please tell me Diddy don't have multiple girlfriends right now sitting from the jail. How funny would that be? So we get it right here. Diddy is not a monogamous person. Diddy has never been married, and that's on purpose. He is a many woman man. What does that sound like to you? A many woman man who never marries and makes money or derives pleasure off of forcing women to have relations. It does rhyme with shrimp. Anyway, let me get back to this so we don't get behind. He's always in multiple relationships, his own lawyer said. Okay, like with a lawyer like this, my God, look at all the stuff they're having to admit to. It's so sad and pathetic. Oh my God. He's always in multiple relationships. He's just not always telling the truth about it. Okay, well, now we know, I guess. Thanks, Teeny. It drove a primal jealousy. These women were so primal and jealous, Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury. These women that were Cassie the teenager, 17 years younger than Diddy, posed such a primal jealous threat that it excuses these behaviors. Sean Combs is extremely jealous. You might think it's hypocritical. They remained in multi-year relationships with him. These women were in love with him. Infidelity and jealousy drove the violence. Alcohol and drugs drove things. But he is not a racketeer. This case is about his relationships with Cassie and Jane. You will hear about swinger parties. So they're not calling them freak-offs or wild king nights or hotel nights. No, they're not. They're calling them swinger parties. Swinger parties with only 2 people at them, and then they got an escort coming through the doors. Like, sound like a CUCK party, if anything. They will testify about things that should never be heard in a federal courtroom that he liked to watch. You may not like that, but you are not here to judge him for his sexual preferences. Woo! Okay, let's see if there's new tweets. Oh, breaking news, Kim Porter, breaking news, Kim Porter alert, Kim Porter alert. Oh, I'm sweating. Ah. Let me scroll to it. Kim Porter alert, Kim Porter alert, Kim Porter alert. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. A wealthy rapper paid for these women's homes and vacations. He is not charged with being a flawed individual. These women fought to be in a relationship with him. Cassie, I expect you will hear from her this week about her 11-year relationship. Diddy with Kim Porter, the mother of 4 of his children, he continued with her until her death. So you know how when they said they had broke up? No, they did not. So everybody that was called a conspiracy theorist for saying Diddy was still in Kim Porter's life. So how long had it been since Kim Porter's last freak off with Diddy? That's what I want to know. Was she getting IV fluids because she had supposed pneumonia? Or was she just very, very ill? He's forcing her to still do FOs because maybe he has tapes of her somewhere. And we got the doctor coming in to do IV. I'm just curious. Because the day before she died, she had IV fluids. He continued, we're hearing from Diddy's breaking news. We're hearing from Diddy's lawyer's mouth. He was in some type of relationship with her until she died in 2018. His fights with Cassie were about cheating. It was a toxic relationship. They loved each other. Cassie will tell you, Cassie will tell you about the jealousy of Kim Porter, then Gina. Oh, breaking news. We're hearing about Gina too. Gina's coming out. Gina. The day of the hotel hallway, jealousy was on display. Whose jealousy? Jealousy was on display? By who? Because previously they've tried to argue that this jealousy on display was Cassie. They've said that it was Cassie who actually hit Diddy in the hotel, and then she left out and ran away, and then he was coming back. And it's like self-defense, running down the hall, sneaking up on somebody from behind, pulling them up by the hair and kicking them and throwing stuff at them when you twice their size. No. And miss me with it. No. Wow. Cassie will tell you about the jealousy of Kim Porter. They're about to besmirch this woman's name on the stand. Cassie will tell you about the jealousy of Kim Porter. Then Gina. The day of the hotel hallway, jealousy was on display. Violence by the elevator bank. 10 years ago. That was so long ago. My God, it was 10 years ago. Get over it, says Diddy's lawyer. Get over it. It was 10 years ago. Shut up. Who cares? That's what they're saying. 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. Get over it. You will see it later today. Holy y'all. We're going to see the hotel footage today. No, we're not. We're going to have to talk about it like we're doing right now. Oh my God. Cassie will tell you about the jealousy of Kim Porter. And then Gina, the day of the hotel hallway, jealousy was on display. Violence by the elevator bank 10 years ago. You'll see it later today. What Combs did was indefensible. So why are you're literally defending him? What do you mean? How could it be indefensible if she's the one saying she's proud to defend? Somebody please. I need a gaslight bingo card. Okay. I'm proud to defend this man who gets out of control and jealously beats women. I'm proud of it. His lawyer said, I'm so proud to represent him. Just proud of it. Jesus Christ. These people are so sick. I do think everybody deserves a lawyer. Okay. You wouldn't expect somebody with any ethics to be proud to represent somebody like this, but I mean, whatever. Okay. You're going to see the video later today, Diddy's lawyer says. The video is not evidence of ST. Cassie walked out of a hotel room with 2 bags. Diddy comes down wearing only a towel. He stomps her, drags her by the hoodie and by the hair too, Teeny. We all saw it, girl. Please, you're really hurting your credibility. He comes back around to get a phone. What causes a fight about a phone? Phones keep the secrets of infidelity. As soon as he gets the phone, he sits down. He's visibly disgusted. Cassie calls security. You will hear from him later today. The guard tells him to leave the public area. You're going to hear from the security guard today. You will see Cassie telling him to get back to the hotel room. They stay together 2 more years after this incident. Even into 2018, they are fighting to stay together. She saw a photo of Combs with Gina. He started with her in 2014. So Diddy is running around with all these women by his own lawyer's admission. And Diddy was running around with all these women and lying by his own lawyer's admission. He started dating Gina in 2014. Is that Love's mama? He started dating Gina in 2014. He'd been dating Cassie for like 8 years by then. She stops dating Diddy in 2018, and that is also the year that Kim Porter died. So he lost his 2 main girls in the same year, Kim Porter and Cassie. But according to Diddy's lawyer, the breakup with Cassie was actually because Cassie saw a photo of Diddy with Gina. Now, if you're just joining, you should know. The lawyers are saying Diddy has never been a one-woman man. He is a many-woman man. That's why he never got married. Also, we got told that Kim Porter was jealous. We're going to hear about it from Cassie. They're going to pit Cassie and Kim Porter against each other somehow. I'm curious. You will see Cassie tell him to get back into the hotel room. They stay together. Cassie had a choice, Diddy's lawyer said. Cassie had a choice every single day to stay with him. That was her better choice until she broke up with him. She was not coerced. When she left, There were no repercussions. All right. So finally, she addresses it. She ran into the arms of a physical trainer Combs had hired to train her. When she left, there were no repercussions. But that isn't what she said. She said when she left, she would get hunted down. She said when she left, she would get stomped. She would get dragged. She would get beat. She would have to be in a hotel room for weeks to recover. Open wounds she would have on her face from these beatings. So when she left, there were no repercussions doesn't even really actually, it doesn't even add up with what Teeny Garagos herself has said, because Teeny Garagos herself said he was jealous. He could not control himself. You might find it hypocritical, but he was so jealous. He could not control himself. That seems like the opposite of there's no repercussions when someone leaves. So I am certainly looking forward to seeing some actual evidence instead of just these two squawking past each other. Kim Porter alert yet again. We have another Kim Porter. Holy, oh my God, my heart is beating so fast. Can I get some internet that works? Oh my God. The freak offs you will see at this trial were on her phone, not his. In November, holy y'all. In November 2018, Kim Porter passes away from pneumonia. Cassie did everything to be there for him. She flew to Georgia amidst a breakup. She flew to Georgia to be with him. Teeny Garagos, this Diddy's lawyer, said, Diddy said Kim was my soulmate. The end of breaking news. The end of the relationship between Combs and Cassie was triggered by that. Whenever Kim died, rest in peace. When Kim Porter passed away, Diddy made some type of statement. I think it was on social media or elsewhere, maybe multiple places, but he said Kim Porter was his soulmate. Even after Cassie had flown to Georgia to be with him, to console him and all of that. So basically what we're kind of getting teed up to here is that like, we need to start being okay with people having these like multiple partner relationships. And this is just simply fine. This is not tearing apart the fabric of society or the family or humanity in any way. This is not contributing to the, debauchery that they're trying to push on all of us with all of this so-called culture that now Diddy's lawyer admits he created. Cassie wanted to be Diddy's wife, the love of his life. She spent 11 years trying to get that. And that makes me feel even worse for Cassie, to be honest. That doesn't make me feel like, I don't think that's making me feel what the feelings of what Teeny wants me to feel. But we are getting told that the reason that Cassie finally didn't want to go back with Diddy anymore was because, wow. Diddy said Kim Porter was my soulmate. The end of their relationship was because Cassie broke up with him because of the Kim Porter stuff. Cassie realized all the things she would not be. She wanted to be Diddy's wife, the love of his life. She spent 11 years trying to get that, and he sure did drag her right along, it seems. I don't know. Seems like to me. I don't know. I wasn't there. 40 seconds ago, we get another tweet. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is aggravating. Cassie married the trainer and is pregnant with her third trial. I guess that means supposed to mean child. Evaluate Diddy's intent at the time. For those 11 years, the messages will show she was a willing participant in their S life. Cassie's testimony this week can't change that. Wow. Oh my God. This is crazy. Wow. And so that might be why they broke up. I mean, what's not making sense to me? What's not making sense to me is that there were all these, like on either side, like I need it to be reconciled. Somebody needs to explain to me how, if it was so hard for Cassie to leave, she did finally get to leave. So why? I feel like it might have something to do with Kim Porter and her passing, and maybe something Cassie might have known about Diddy. I don't know. Y'all. Hey, BJ in chat. You'll clap when I'm gone. Thanks so much. Member for 14 months. Hope everyone's well. Thanks for this live. Do jurors go home or put up in hotels? Boy Mom X 3, thank for the 199 super chat. Says, do the jurors go home each night or they go to hotels? So far, home. They go home. They go home, and it's left up to them to stay off social media, to not watch anything about the trial. I don't know. Thank you for the 199 super chat. Thank you, B, for the 499 super sticker. Let's check out New York Times and see if they have anything on here that maybe Inner City Press didn't say. This is interesting. Show more. Okay. Tina Garrigo zeroing in on the security footage of Diddy beating Cassie in the hotel hallway 2016. It was shown on CNN and will be a key piece of evidence in the case. Acknowledge the video footage shows Diddy's violence, but the full footage, including scenes that have not been shown publicly before, they will portray it as a result of a quarrel over infidelity in their relationship, which was discovered on a cell phone. The video is overwhelming evidence of domestic violence, but it's overwhelming evidence that this domestic violence is over a phone, not over ST. Well, girl, again, that's just not going to cut it. Like, she's not doing very strong. I actually don't think they've been faking confidence, I think, because this isn't a very strong defense. And I'm usually very impressed with defense attorneys, especially them. You are not here to judge Diddy for his sexual preferences. Defense attorney says the evidence will show Diddy was a very flawed individual, but it will not show you a racketeer, a tricker, or somebody transporting for prostitution. The hitting, the things we're going to take responsibility for, it's typically because of jealous or drug use. Oh, so then it's just fine. Can't be racketeering for conspiracy or any of that if you're simply doing it under the influence of drugs, I guess, apparently. That day, unfortunately, jealousy was on full display. Oh, Diddy had taken bad drugs. Okay, so it was the drugs' fault. Oopsie. So the drugs can be used as an excuse for Diddy, but not to use as an excuse. It opens the door. In my opinion, this opens the door wide open for them to say, oh, well, we were on, us too. So how could we consent? We're on the drug. Diddy is saying he was on bad drug. That's what his lawyer is saying. What he did to Cassie on the videotape is indefensible. It's horrible. It's dehumanizing. It's violent. It's virtually every bad word you can think of, but it's not evidence of ST. It's evidence of domestic violence. I guess, girl, we're going to have to see. I'm not convinced. In any way. 50. No, I want to go 1 minute ago. The defense is repeating a description. So this Diddy's lawyer is repeating a description of the accusers at the center of the government's case as capable, strong adult women. They are pushing the idea that these women, who they describe as girlfriends of Sean Combs, were involved in consensual sexual relationships. Again, it's going to be a little difficult to prove that to me with Cassie. She was 19 when they met. She says that when she would try to leave, he would hunt her down and beat her. When she did leave one time to go be with another man, he went to hunt down the man to unalive him. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what's true, what's not. I'm very much looking forward to the next two whole months of this. Okay. We got a couple more tweets from Inner City Press. Oh my God, this stupid thing. Come on. Okay. So the last tweet we read on Inner City Press was this one right here. Tina Garrigo says, Cassie married the trainer and is pregnant with her third child. Evaluate Diddy's intent at the time. For those 11 years, the messages will show you that Cassie was a willing participant in their S life. Cassie's testimony this week can't change that. Okay, so really the whole trial is going to come down to consent versus coercion. Teeny says, in 2020 with Jane Doe, Diddy was more upfront. He told her he was dating other women. She was still jealous. Jane wanted their relationship to be public. He proposed a consensual threesome. They went to a private hotel. I expect her to say she enjoyed it. Jane was desperate to be with Diddy, to give him the things others couldn't. She tried to make it more than sexual. I'm not sure how she will put it, but it always came back to party. Oh, is this going to be the baby? The medical procedure? I don't know. Maybe. It's just interesting way that she put that together all together like that. Like Diddy's lawyer said, Jane, this is Jane Doe, so it's a pseudonym. We don't know who it is. Jane was desperate to be with Diddy. This is somebody from 2020, to give him the things that the other people couldn't. She tried to make it more than sexual. I'm not sure how she will put it, but it always came back to parties in the hotel rooms. This was their time together. Jane did it for the cuddle? What? Jane did it for the cuddle. What? And she wanted to make him happy. She was unable to resist him emotionally. Oh, that's not something I think your lawyer wants to say about your alleged victim. Oh, girl. She said this person was, quote, unable to resist Diddy. That doesn't help your case on coercion, sweetie. Wow. She should have left this one to the professionals. Whoo, I would have been hearing like ding, ding, ding points in my head if I was these stupid feds. Oh my God. Why would you say this? She was so desperate to please him. She would have done anything. She was unable to resist him. Oh my God. There was a phone call. Wow. November 2023. This is right whenever Cassie sued Diddy. There was a phone call in November 2023. Even after it, Jane, I guess, flew out to see Diddy many more times. It was toxic, but she was willing. Being a willing participant in your own S life is not ST. If she had walked away, she would have lost him. You will see her jealousy. She would see him on social media with another woman and she would send messages of regret. That's not coercion. This is really, really crazy. Okay, let's see the CNN. Defense attorney says that Cassie remained in a relationship with Diddy for years. In 2018, Cassie saw a gossip site posting about Diddy walking out of a hotel room with another woman and decided to end things. His defense attorney, Teeny, says she made a choice every single day for years. So this is giving me a little bit of a different message. So I would actually like to see the transcript because it seems like what Inner City Press was saying was that Teeny Garagos said, and this is just part of it, y'all. If we can't hear it ourselves in the courtroom, this is all we can really do. She made the choice to stay with him until one day she decided she was going to break up with him because that was her preferred choice. When she made the decision to leave, there were no repercussions, as the government hinted. She made the choice to leave. She communicated it to him and ran into the arms of another man, her physical trainer that Combs had hired to train her. Didn't Tom Brady just, his wife just walked out on him for the trainer too? Defense attorney Teeny Garagos says Diddy's former girlfriend Cassie left the relationship on her terms. Then the relationship between Cassie and Diddy is important. She left on her terms, her choices, and for the reasons that were for her the right reasons. But she was a, quote, willing participant in her S life. This was a voluntary adult choice by two capable adults. Okay, 1 minute ago. We got another tweet. Just letting it do its stupid little glitch that has to do before it lets me read it. Okay. Oh my God, this is crazy. Okay. She was driven to try to be in first place. Okay, so this is, come on, dude. Jesus Christ. She was driven. This is the Jane Doe. She was driven to try to be in first place. This was the way to try to get there. This is not a crime. There was a night a year ago when Jane hit Diddy. Okay, so the prosecutors do also admit this. She was the aggressor. She was the first aggressor, and she hit him. Which is assault. She shouldn't do that. You should not hit people, period. It was born out of jealousy, but he hit her back. She was overcome by jealousy. She slammed his head onto her kitchen counter. Months later, she flew to see him and invited an escort. She will call it one of her best nights, a wild king night, whatever you want to call it. This will be hard to watch. They are in one word, intimate. What? What are we going to watch? Hold on. I'm confused. Being a willing participant in your own S life is not S trafficking. If she walked away, she would have lost him. This is the Jane Doe from 2020 through like all the way up till last year before he went to jail. And there must be Young Miami, right? I don't know. They're calling her Jane. You will see her jealousy. She would see him on social media with another woman, and she would send messages of regret. She was driven to be in first place. This was the way to try to get there. Okay, so doing the freak-offs was expected because you had to do the freak-offs if you wanted to be the first number one HBIC. You had to be doing the freak-offs if you were supposed to be HBIC. This was jealousy. She hit him, slammed his head into the counter. He hit her back. She was overcome by jealousy. They hitting each other, slamming heads into the counters. But then months later, she still flew to see him, and she invited an escort. She will call it one of her best nights. So is this a victim? Is this somebody that's going to say they're a victim? Is this somebody who's not going to say they're a victim? She will call it one of her best nights, a wild king night, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be hard to watch. They are intimate. The government told you about somebody named Mia. Remember the former employee? Why are they making these allegations now? You will conclude that everyone has a motive. With Mia, she never said it before, nor when she first started cooperating with the government. If this was so hostile, why did they not call the police? Well, I think I know. They would say that Diddy was friends with the police and knew the police, and it was no use. They are vindictive. Oh, this woman, Teeny Garagos, is saying that Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy Combs' alleged victims are vindictive. Their motive is simple. Money. Girl, not everybody will do anything for the bag like you, sweetie. Not everybody does. Just as you. Cassie filed a public lawsuit in November 2023. She was living in her parents' modest home in Connecticut. Well, people in Connecticut, a modest home, it could be a mansion over there. She went to a civil lawyer. This is so sick. This is just so freaking sick. I couldn't be this type of lawyer. I'm sorry. I do think everybody deserves, a fair, a defense and all that. I don't clicked on this damn wrong thing. Hold on. Let me go to Inner City Press's page. Wow. It just makes me sick. Okay. Bribery. Now they're talking about the bribery. Good. The civil lawyer is here today, Douglas Wigdor. He's here. They went to civil lawyers to make a money grab. Cassie demanded $30 million. Another asked for $22 million. Ooh, who? How many millions of reasons do these witnesses have to lie? The evidence will not make out the charges. On bribery, this is about the Intercontinental Hotel. He paid a security guard to make the footage go away. This was solely to prevent bad publicity for Combs and for Cassie. There was no law enforcement investigation. Seriously. Seriously, this person said, how could there be an investigation? They got rid of the evidence before it could happen. Woo! There's no law enforcement investigation. The kidnapping related to an employee, she worked for him for 10 years. Is this Dawn? She asked to work for him again. Trafficking? It was personal use. They worked hard. They were there to do something great and novel. It was a free choice. They worked hard. They wanted to do something great and novel by highly orchestrated SUL performances, which were drug fueled. Woo! Is the girl on Tucci herself standing before the jury is what I want to know. That's a joke. That's a joke. Wow. Okay, let's see what the New York Times is saying. Okay, Tina Garagos is now addressing Jane. Jane had a relationship with Diddy after Cassie left in 2018. Tina Garagos said she was older and had a child, and she was a willing participant in some and other encounters. Evidence is going to show you a toxic, dysfunctional relationship between two adults. You may think, wow, that is a really bad boyfriend. But the evidence will show you a capable, strong woman, willingly engaged in their relationship. That is not ST. And they continuously call them capable and strong women, adult women. They're pushing the idea that these women, who they describe as girlfriends of Diddy, were involved in consensual SUL relations. That's what Diddy's defense is. Quote, being a willing participant in your own S life is not S trafficking. Woo, they will say anything, it seems. They will say anything in the world. That is crazy to me. No, Keith, sweetie, sweetheart, honey, dear. Woo, I challenge you to search far and wide across the internet. Had to pay me $1.99 to get my attention. Thank you so much, though, for that $1.99 super chat. I know you seem to probably work hard. I'm not biased. I do not know what happened. What I will tell you is the government made a strong argument. Actually, if I'm biased at all, I'm biased against the government because I think they're usually lying. But it's just Tina Garagos is the best you could buy. No. Somebody needs to put somebody else up there. That's just a no from me. Okay, let's see if there's any more tweets. There's no conspiracy. He was paying. All right, hold on. Okay. All right, good to know. All right. What did they work hard on, girl? Who knows? I have no idea. They worked hard, they saying. And that's why they were doing these rugs willingly. But it was a free choice. There was no conspiracy. He was paying different men for their time and experience. Woo! He was paying different men for their time and experience. Corn actors get paid. Hulkomania. Cowboys for Angels. What in the hell is Hulkomania and Cowboys for Angels? So now they're admitting he was making corn with the P at the front instead of the C. Hulkomania. Look, he was paying different men for their time and experience. Corn actors get paid. You can pay money for time and an experience. That is what Sean Combs was doing. Oh, so they're recording it because of that. It all makes sense. It all makes sense, y'all. Breaking. I have a new theory. It's just a theory based on reading a tweet. Okay. But I have a theory. that part of the reason that he recorded this stuff was, yes, to blackmail, in my opinion. I don't know. We'll have to see the evidence. But another part of the reason is because of this silly little, cute little law that we, for some reason, have. That you cannot pay somebody for sex in a lot of states because that would be stitution, if you know what I mean, fill in the blanks. However, you can pay somebody in a lot of those states if they're doing a performance, a corn performance. Tell about it for the on the camera. Okay. So I have a feeling that Diddy has always known that this was a little bit of a gray area. I have a feeling that a big reason why this stuff was put on camera at all was because of that loophole. This defense right here. We were making corn and corn actors get paid, stupid. You didn't know that? You can pay money for time and an experience, and that is what Sean Combs was doing. You are not here to impose your morality on this man. If you listen, you will find him not guilty of these crimes. And then they broke for lunch. Let me see what New York Times has. Wow. Wow. Sean Combs' lawyer is now trying to suggest that the women accusing him of abuse may have a motive other than simply recounting abuse. She brings up Cassie filing a civil lawsuit and says that the singer did not report the alleged incident to law enforcement. When these people testify, ask yourself why. For many of them, the answer is money. Wow. Woo! 2 new updates from CNN. Jurors may find freak-off videos hard to watch. Wow. The defense attorney said that the videos of the freak-offs are intimate and jurors may find them hard to watch, but argued still, nevertheless, these is strong evidence, these videos of the freak-offs, is strong evidence that the events were consensual and not based on coercion. Garagos, the Diddy's lawyer, said that Jane willingly participated in hotel nights with Diddy for 3 years. She tried many times to change the tenor of their relationship to something maybe deeper, more meaningful. Jane Doe, she participated willingly for 3 years and she tried to change that she was just a FO girl. She wanted to be the girlfriend. She was not. She was no more or less than basically a hired statute. That's what Diddy's lawyer seems to be implying. I mean, look, quote, she tried many times to change the tenor of their relationship to something deeper or more meaningful. Quote, but it always came back. This is Diddy's lawyer. It always came back to what they would call parties. These nights in hotel rooms. Diddy's attorney went on to say that Jane was driven by jealousy. Quote, if she walked away, she would have lost him entirely, and that's not something she was willing to do. It was a toxic and a dysfunctional relationship, but Jane Doe also still traveled to see Diddy many times and continued to engage in the FOs even after some phone call in 2023. Being a willing participant in your own S life is not ST. One new update. The defense has completed the opening statement, which lasted about 50 minutes. The judge has excused the jury 1 hour for lunch and is now discussing some details about evidence with lawyers from both sides before the trial is adjourned. Oh, okay, so they broke for lunch, but there's more things being discussed. So let me see. Okay, court takes a break until 1:15 p.m. Defense attorney Teeny just wrapped up her opening statements and told the jurors they're not there to judge Diddy. You are here as a jury of his peers to determine whether the government can meet its burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt of committing the specific crimes he is accused of, which I still don't know that they have, certainly haven't proven quite yet. Okay, so the jury was sent off, but it looks like they're still talking to the judge. I want to know what they say, and I'm nosy. Okay, in case you missed it, there's a little. Okay. Okay. I am, then I suppose, let's see if he's going to do a video. Little time to rest fingers, although in these cases, see and report on what's your name on PayPal. Y'all better go pay him. Okay. We got something. They broke for lunch and I was about to break for lunch too, but something is happening. So I do want to make sure that this is included, y'all. They stayed in court and Brian Steele is still talking, even though the jury was allowed to leave and go get lunch. With the jury out, Brian Steele says, we will be objecting to 2 exhibits. The judge said, okay, in the future, I really want to hear this the day before. Okay. So what are they going to be objecting? Okay. Whew, I got to get little P&Gs up here. Brian Steele is YSL trial Young Thug's actual lawyer. Brian Steele says, Your Honor, we're going to be objecting to 2 of the Fed's exhibits. And the judge is like, okay, cute. In the future, I want to hear about this before right now, right? Like in the future, can you just do it the day before? The assistant U.S. attorney said, we only just learned they objected. This is about an incident report about the hotel hallway, a broken vase. The report has an addendum. Okay. So this is about, okay, I think they said earlier, we're going to hear from 2 witnesses. Like they're breaking for lunch and we're going to start trial. They're bringing up a witness in an hour. In an hour, we're going to see a witness. And an hour before the witness comes up, Brian Steele, Diddy's lawyer, is saying, okay, we're going to be objecting to 2 of them. Judge is like, okay, that's cute. You should have objected yesterday. The assistant U.S. attorney is telling us what is this specific exhibit they're going to be objecting to. One of them. Okay, two. I guess addendum. Okay. So one of them is the incident report. I don't know what kind of incident report. Is this a police incident report? Because we were told that there was no police called for this. No investigation. So I don't know what the incident report is. The incident report from the hotel? Incident report from the security? I don't know. Some incident report, but then it has an addendum, something added to it. So these are the 2 exhibits that right now, Diddy's team is objecting to. Saying we object. Brian Steele says, in the 3rd paragraph, he writes he did not want Mr. Combs to see Cassie out in front. He talks about a coworker, ADEY, that Mr. Combs is about to yell, this is speculation and should not go in. The judge says, okay, assistant U.S. attorney, can you pass up the exhibits? Okay. So it is finally adjourned. But just so y'all know, the judge is going to make a ruling on this. And when they get back, is this addendum going to be included? And what we're looking at is going to be the security guard, I guess. He wrote something in here. Hold on. He wrote in here, quote, I didn't want Diddy to see Cassie out front. He talked about a coworker, something about Diddy about to yell. And so this is all speculation. So this part should be redacted. This shouldn't go in. The judge said, okay, let me look at it. I'm hungry. And then he adjourned the court. Let me run through some of these super chats. Shout out to this account who gave 12 memberships today. Thank you so much for that. Member Milestone, going to gift the membership to celebrate. Yes, Zoe, if you got one of these free memberships, y'all better say thank you for gifting that membership. Thank you, Rowena, for 10 for the 2 Oilo. I say it like the Germans, just for fun. If this case is not complicated, then what is it, girl? I don't know. Somebody needs to tell me. Thank you for the €2. This account, another 5. Oh my God. Who are you? Who is this giving out? There's 20 memberships. That's crazy. Thank you so much, this account. Thank you for their $4.99 super sticker, Messy LA. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for this amazing coverage of the Diddy trial. You are welcome, EEJ, and thank you for the $5 super chat. Jane is Daphne Joy. Pure Joy is saying $2. Thank you for the $2 super chat. So Jane is Daphne Joy, you saying, not Young Miami? Very interesting. Thank you for that little insight. I do wonder what makes you think that. Thank you to, for the cuddle. They were in it for the cuddle. She wanted the cuddle. He wanted the FO. Okay. She wanted the cuddle. He wanted the FO. Thank you, B, for the $4.99 super chat and for that funny comment. That did make me laugh. Great work. Appreciate the breakdown. Thank you, Angel Clement Guidry, my cousin probably. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Welcome to members, Kay Lauren Lee. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to Nick. Thank you for the $2 super chat and the nice, kind words. You're a national treasure. Don't you forget it. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm going to go take a water break, a restroom break, yes, please support my legal fund. Thank you. I will be back. I'm going to try to be back for 1:15 at the latest 1:30, okay, p.m. So right now it's 12:27 p.m. I will definitely be back by 1:30. Just depends like how long it takes me to like eat my lunch and all of that. I am going to be back. It will be a separate video and I will see y'all when I get back. I would like to stay all day and stuff, but I think I'm going to need a break if I'm going to last for 2 months. Okay. Hit the like button. Thank you. I'll be back. We're just taking a lunch break. So I'll see you when we get back. That's all I really have for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. See you in about an hour. Love you, mean it. Okay. Bye.